Well, that was weird. That whole time, it still said record on the top of it. But,
It usually takes a few seconds to update.
well, I did get the update, so that's good.
Yeah, I got it. Got the notification you going live.
Heck yeah, we're live, baby. So the stream team obviously is not live tonight. So we just decided to come and hang out and talk about what happened in our worlds today. Yeah, we weren't. We don't normally go live on Wednesday, Texas, but we went tonight. We did go tonight for a minute. So been a kind of a busy day for me, to be honest with you. Ever since I got up this morning, I drove and ended up quoting out that cutout. Now I'm waiting on them to give me the go ahead. And we'll see. Randy said if I get this job at what I bid it at, I got a job with him. Bidding all his jobs because he don't know how to bid a job if I get paid what I quoted on. So we'll see.
Hey, the worst thing they can tell you is no.
That's right.
Or hell no.
Well, if they say no, then maybe it just saved me a bunch of headache.
Yeah. What's up, DC? Fermanagh? Lane?
So good to see everyone. Yeah, so it was just a busy day. I actually put it up. What'd I do that for? So I can't even show it without breaking it back out again. So I bought a new toy today. And I want to say happy birthday to Hillbilly Earl. Today's his birthday, so give him the good happy birthday. Go on his channel. Give him the happy birthday.
Earl's birthday?
It's Earl's birthday.
I didn't know that. Happy birthday, Earl.
It's Earl's world.
Uh-oh. I'm having technical difficulties, they telling me. I'm stuck on the wrong microphone.
I hear the mic now. Tap.
Did that fix it?
Yeah, tap your thing. Yeah, I just noticed when you switch over, there's less background noise. When you've got that, it's a little more staticky on the other one.
I'm have to fix that and get it to where it automatically swaps over.
And so I got the little cheapy. Well, cheap is all a state of mind, right?
Yeah, Blaine. Bob's next Tuesday.
Yep, my birthday is next Tuesday. I'll be 52. So send free stuff. No, just kidding.
Address below.
Address is below. Send free stuff. So I got the little. You won't be able to see it at all, probably, but it's a little FLIR camera from Harbor Freight. So works. I mean, it works decent. I got to learn all the settings. I did do a few pictures. I can share those with you guys if you want to see what it looks like out of the cheapy one. Definitely the quality on the FLIR is much better. But for what as often as I will need this thing, which is not that often, it probably was a safe gamble for me. It runs off of 3 or 4 batteries. I think 4 batteries.
Well, did it say 4 AA or AAA? What it said.
I can tell you, it's probably right here on the front. I was actually driving when someone else was putting them in. The only bad part about it is they didn't do the old slidable thing. It's got a screw in it, so you got to undo the screw to get the battery part off. But I think it's
You don't have to worry about them falling out.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about that. You have to worry about losing the screw, and if your batteries die, being able to swap it out. Let me see. Batteries, 4 AAA batteries.
But like we got a couple of birthdays coming up. DC's going to be 51 on the 20th, and Blaine will be 46 on the 20th.
And so everybody's we're leveling up, guys, leveling up in the age. But this little FLIR thing, I mean, without knowing, I didn't read the directions. I just started pointing it at stuff. Oh, that looks hot. That, stuff like that. Let me see. Do I still have the photo thing up? I do. Just to show you some weird stuff that I was doing. How did I do this before? I know how I did it. I think I just popped open a picture, then I shared that whole window, right? Is that what I did?
Yeah.
Yep. All right. So it's going to look real small, and then I have to blow it up. So this was just the translucent with no overlay, heat overlay of the outside. Now, this was that cutout, the wall. But you see around that AC unit, the gap right there? Right in this area, Lee?
Yep.
That, when you're in the inside, you could actually see sunlight. I'm like, well, no shit. You got bees coming in. You got air coming in. And probably rain and everything else, you know? But let's go. You guys came for the thermal images, not that stuff. So it's a couple things. I was messing around with it outside, trying to figure the opacity of, or whatever you call it. We're messing around, and it was still hot. So I'm thinking maybe after the stream, I go out there and mess around with it to see if I can get a different. Somebody saying something smart?
Nah, DC was talking about when he was born and all, and he said he had more hair then.
Right, you and me both. But yeah, so it was kind of hard. But one cool thing that I did kind of do messing around was those nukes. Let me see, like this. Inside of a nuke. So you can see, you actually see my Apivar I put in that nuke. And you see the heat pattern of the brood, right? And then it's going to be a little bit, it's still warm, but not as warm. And then you can actually see between the wood and the frame over here, you see how there's like cool air in between.
Creating a draft.
Yeah, around the outside. So that was kind of cool. So I was just messing around with it. Thought you guys might like to see some of those. Let me see if I got anything else before I... Oh, Mike at Coon Lake, appreciate this. Thermal ducks.
Tell him that's some green-head mallards.
Yeah, green-headed mallards with a little tiny red brain. And hey, but you can see what size they would look like in your roaster down here. And how thermally insulated the ducks are. You see that? How thermally insulated they are? Compared to my grill that's sitting over to the side in the sun. So that's pretty interesting. Nuclear ducks, that's right. That's how we roll, baby. But yeah, so that, that's what's going on. So
yeah, Brad, we got a pretty good rain here yesterday, right at the end of the day. Left work about 30 minutes early for it, too.
Have you guys heard about any hurricane remnants coming through? Someone told me there's a hurricane out there, and we're supposed to get remnants of it, but I didn't know where it was coming from.
I don't watch TV.
Me neither. The hurricane could hit, and it'd be like it was 1919 here, because I wouldn't have any clue. It's supposed to rain here on...
According to YouTube, 2 hours ago, the 2022 Atlantic hurricane season starts today.
Really? Well, we're supposed to get rain. It's supposed to be 97 degrees here tomorrow. And then Friday, it's supposed to be 86 with thunderstorms.
Our heat index today hit 98, but actual temperature, I believe, was 90 or 91.
And then Saturday, it's supposed to be warm again. And that's when I'm planning to go back in the colonies and check those queens. Oh, Rob said he has heard of one. So, hey, Rob, good to see you. If y'all haven't subscribed to Hard Luck Survival channel, please go and do that. And so, you know what? I might have been a little overzealous on my bid to do the cutout. So if you guys do cutouts, put in the chat how you guys come up with how much it's going to cost for you to do a cutout.
Like an average cost. Because I mean, you know, everyone's gonna be a little different.
Yeah, and it's going to be dependent on where you're at, how many other beekeepers you've got doing it, and stuff like that. So, I gave a very proud, hey Grammy, hey Randy, and I gave a very proud price to do a bee removal. So I think I showed y'all that first picture that had the brick wall. That's the outside wall. But if you were walking straight along the inside of that wall, you walk into a bathroom, and the bees are actually on the other wall. No, yeah, I'm not going to do it for the bees. No, I got bees. I don't need bees. You know. Hey, I did have something good happen today. Side note, away from beekeeping, and Rob will appreciate this. I got approval for some very little VA disability. So I got a 10% for my hearing. And so I got my first ever VA check just deposited in my bank account today of a whopping $157. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. 16 years service, $157. You heard that correctly.
But you want to know what they give you whenever you pass away? $200. It was either $200 or $250.
Oh yeah, to help with the burial expense.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah, I just named my colt X-Lax because he's a good trotter. Nice. Yeah, I'm rich, man. You know, woo, killing it over here. The 10%. Oh, it's 250 now. It's gone up to 250 for burial.
I couldn't remember if it was 2 or 250. That was in 2018, so I don't know if it's changed since then or if that's what it was then.
Yeah, so nobody's giving me it. How do you figure it out? How do you guys figure out how much you're going to charge? So I kind of did a few things just in my mind. Mileage, right? How far is it away from where I'm at? It cost me $80 to fill my truck up today, and it wasn't empty. So 55 miles each way. That's 110 miles round trip. It's inside of a sheetrock wall. You can hear the bees through the sheetrock. They're getting into the room somewhere. A trap out isn't really viable because the distance it is from where I'm at. And then we've got so the only other option really is cutting the sheetrock out right from the inside. And yeah, that's the thing. I told him I'm a beekeeper. I'm not a sheetrock specialist. Now, I can take the sheetrock down. That's easy, right? Just a roto zip or a sawzall or something. You can cut sheetrock out pretty easily. But I gave a loud and proud quote. So the thing is that mileage, how long you think it would take, and how easy to get to the spot. And if it were me, I'd add $10,000 on top of all that. Yeah, my thing was I know where they start at, where they're at. The problem is if I cut that sheetrock down, I don't know, because the following room on the other side is getting bees in it. I don't know how far in the wall those bees go over, make it in the shot, go over. And so there's must be stream team rules. That's what Fermana says. You're wrong for that, man.
You want me to drop it in the comment?
Yeah, I don't care. You can drop it in there. We always start about the first 20, 30 minutes are always just us talking anyway.
I'll drop that link in there and pin it to the top of the comments.
But we will let you know it will not be a long stream tonight. And for us, I know you guys are like 2 hours is not a long stream for you guys, but yeah, we're not planning to go that long tonight, guys. It's been a long day.
It has
Um,
hot one.
Very hot.
I
And
didn't get to get my AC at work today. I was in a open cab.
well, the funny thing is, because of swarms and going to look at stuff, I haven't even been in my own bees since Saturday. So thanks, Grammy. And so it's like, you got to kind of, yeah, whatever. That's funny. Yeah, it's true though. I haven't. I've taken pictures of the outside. I've done lives and showed bearding, but since Saturday, I have not been in some of those colonies. And yep, you are correct, sir. I'll be 52. 52 next Tuesday.
Yeah, I think we're both feeling aged tonight. We just can't hang in there late.
And so it's just one of those things to where, that was 3 hours round trip. By the time you drive there, you're going to stop and get a drink. You're going to go inside and scout the place out. It turns out the lady is actually having a baby tomorrow. So she's getting her labor induced tomorrow, and she wasn't even there. So I talked to her by the phone, and someone else let me in. So it was kind of one of those crazy things. And we went and looked at it, did a few things, kind of figured out a plan of attack. And then I threw a number at her, and I talked to Dirt Rooster, and Dirt Rooster says if they pay you what you quoted them on that, he says, you're hired. You can come to Mississippi and quote all my jobs because I don't know what the hell I'm doing. That's what he said. So we'll
you go, Randy.
And he also said, Dirt Rooster also said that of course it won't happen because he did recant it afterwards, but he said, if they pay you what you bid them or you quoted them on that, I'll drive from Mississippi and help you, and we'll split it. So we'll see what happens. So it's just one of those crazy things. But I don't want to give away my number yet.
Pin that link to the top of your chat.
No, I will right now though.
Anybody want to join in? Click on that link in either one of the chat boxes. It's pinned to the top.
I got to make sure. Hold on, where's Cajun? I got to read all Cajun stuff so he don't troll me. Oh, look at that! Look at that! That came actually pretty close, pretty quick, Phil, for being over there.
They may have a print on demand located in Europe.
In Europe, I don't know. Did it say where it was shipped from?
I never looked, to be honest.
He was so excited. He was just trolling me yesterday. I ain't got my shirt yet.
Yeah.
So good deal, man.
I seen it getting delivered. Got my wife to rip it open.
That's it fits good. Fits nice. Nice shirt.
It's snug.
Well, that's your fault. That's not the shirt's fault. Mine's snug right around here too.
Yeah.
A couple extra pints.
Hey, did you happen to see Hillbilly Beekeeping's song for you today?
I did.
So I was watching it a little while ago.
Oh, I'm chuffed to bits.
Why? Chuffed. That means chuffed. Angry?
That means no good. That means good.
Okay.
I'm pleased. I feel like I'm a member of a very exclusive club now.
Hey, you are. You're here.
Yeah.
Yes, Sarah said nice shirt, Phil. But so did you get in the bees today or no?
No, I was work today. After my 3 hours sleep after the live last night. And you guys are all
see, when you get my age, you got to take a 3-hour sleep before the live.
Yeah, but I'm only 3 years below you, so.
Oh, it's coming then.
I was sitting.
I know it doesn't look like it, but I am only 3 years younger than you, Bob.
I was sitting here at the desk when I got home from work, and I was kind of dozing off, trying to go through YouTube videos.
Just grow the Sean Connery beard.
No.
Now I just need Sean Connery's money.
I got a little gray.
Sean Connery's dead, so
Yeah, but he still has a lot of money, even being dead. Elvis has a lot of money for being dead.
mm,
And the Queen, she'll have a lot of money when she's dead too.
yeah. Well, she's a lot closer than all of us, unfortunately. But,
Yeah,
You never know. She might outlive us.
yeah. The way I get stung, she probably will. I'll just be out there one day and get zapped like 1,000 times. Kind of like Weird Al makes everyone famous, Earl makes beekeepers famous.
I like
That's
that.
right. Earl is probably in the background. Now
He's
I talked to
very
him.
he's very talented.
I talked to him earlier. He was planning to do some woodwork today, so maybe he is in, maybe he isn't. I don't know.
He might be taking that evening nap too now.
Yeah, it's possible. His birthday's today, so he's like I think he said 49
He's
today.
the
Just
same
in
age as
case-
me.
Just in case he don't come on here right now, we're gonna leave this message at the bottom for him.
If we all had it, if we would have prepared, which we don't prepare, everything's off the hip anyway. But we would have done the happy birthday Earl on printouts on our computers.
I'll even make it scroll for him.
That way you can see. But we figured you guys would. Right now, you would have been sitting there watching the stream team, chilling out, listening to the guys talk. And
It
they're
did
not
kind of throw
on.
me off today. I'm used to watching them every Wednesday.
Oh, well, Brian said last night, or was it Sunday or Monday night, that they wouldn't be on this week. So
During Bob's Live yesterday when he was trying to get Stone picking
we
up
were all
beats.
assuming that you guys would step in, and
Well, you know what assuming does, right? Makes an
Brad
ass
and,
out of
Brad
both
and I
you
were
and me.
messaging each other, wondering where you were.
Well, assuming makes an ass out of both you and me.
Yeah, I know. Bob, we were starting to get worried about you, Bob. We didn't have a video in 24 hours, so
I know. You guys, hey, if I don't do a video in 24 hours, just call 911.
yeah,
It's
that's what we're
emergency.
thinking. Yeah,
Tell him check the bee yard.
Now, just an update. Iowa Layens beekeeping. I attempted to call Blythewood Bee Company twice today and got voicemails. But I kind of knew that they were going to be shorthanded because the girl is on vacation. So we're going to I'll call back again tomorrow. So it will come out. It's just going to probably be a little bit slower this week because the lady's on vacation. But don't worry about it. You will get it. And
Brad in the comments.
look at that. It's the troll. That's the channel troll right there. If you like the shirt that Phil's got on, see, this is a shameless plug. I love you.
Yeah.
There you go. So if you like the shirt that Phil's got on right now, I will drop you a link where you too can buy one from my gear store. There you go. If I can, in fact, get into my stuff here. Where is it? Stores. And there it is. Copy link address. Drop it over here in this chat. And boom. Maybe I need to make some more Game of Drones gear and put it on there, or some other gear. I can get a little bit more creative and make a little more things. I can rip off that. I like my beekeeping a real shirt. Yeah, that I thought for sure it was going to take you a long time to get that shirt. I really did. And when
I thought it would.
like yesterday when you said that, well, no shirt yet. I was like, and didn't you and Sarah ordered it at the same time? The
I
same
believe
night.
So yeah,
Sarah, when did you receive your shirt? How many days ago do you reckon? And that way we can kind of figure out the difference on how long it took to get it.
L. Williams about 4 hours from me. He's in Houston.
Oh, he's in Houston now. He's been in Georgia, so
I
yeah,
think I ordered mine about 2 weeks ago.
that's still pretty fast. I mean, it's only like a week longer than what it took me to get mine. I think it took 8 days for me to get mine. Oh, last Tuesday she got hers. So Yeah, about an extra week, a little over a week. That's not bad going to Europe from here. And I'm just trying to catch up on it. No, Brad, you don't get attitude, brother. You get brotherly love and outflowing. If you can't pick on your brother, who can you pick on?
Brad's too sensitive.
He is. It's his dog. His dog's rubbing off on him.
Yeah.
Dino.
Dino. Oh no, you didn't go there.
Oh, dude.
Hey, Phil, do you know who Fred Flintstone is?
Oh, of course I do.
Okay, I didn't know if they had that in Northern Ireland or not. But
Yeah, we know Fred. We know Fred and Barney and Wilma and Betty and
Pebbles and Bam Bam.
Dino and
Well,
we're not that backward over here.
Brad, this is just still going from last night when you guys were trolling me for missing the comments in the chat because I'm trying to look at the camera. Otherwise, I could put it over here and you just look at the side profile.
I say otherwise you look like I do, looking at all the comments and everything.
Looking everywhere. So we'll blame it on Lee because Lee didn't pop it on the screen where I could see it. Ripping at the scab again, right? Just rub it in. I just hit the thumbs down. Hey, a response is a response. Hey, why don't you just bring it on in, brother? Oh, I know. There's no famous people on. That's what it is. It's just us three beekeepers.
Does Brad have a song from Hillbilly?
I think he does. I've got one.
Mhm.
Lee's got one.
Dirt Rooster got the first one. I got the second one.
Mine was much later. Much later. I was low on the totem pole.
Hey, the only reason I got one when I seen it, I said, "Dang, I'd like to have something like that." Next thing I knew, he sent one to me.
Well, Phil is on. Well, come on.
You talking about there's no big names? He said, "Phil's here."
I
I'm
know.
not a big name.
I'm definitely not
Hey,
a big
I'm
name.
the smallest one here.
Hey, you never know. You might be bigger than all of us.
No.
And we're not talking that like Randy
Bigger
did.
beekeeper. To
Yeah.
rephrase that.
Well, the first time that I ever saw Randy face to face was on our live with Mr. Ed. And he says, well, I'm hoping I'm not taking up somebody's spot. I said, nope, you're actually taking up two people's spots. And after that, it's like, here's my phone number. Give me a call. It's just pretty good. So he gets it. It's all in fun. We're not.
Hey, you got to play around it. If you can't have no fun, it ain't worth doing it.
Yeah.
That's what I say about work. If I can't go to work and have a little bit of fun, it ain't worth going to work. I still don't like going to work.
I see the multi-chat is a paint in the one live stream channel. Actually, for you guys, it's a big problem. Both channels feed into our live stream over here. So if we're reading the live comments on the stream, I don't know what channel it's coming from, but I can see it. And it doesn't matter if Lee leaves a comment or I leave a comment, it comments on both, which kind of looks kind of weird. That is true.
You're right. Text it.
I'm going to have to change my name back to Robert, just so I could be the biggest name on the screen.
Well, I messed up on my phone. Normally you put somebody's real name, and then in the middle you might put the quotes, their nickname, and then their last name. Instead of saving you as Robert Bob Walker, I saved you as Bob Robert Walker.
He said, wonder if the chats can be merged. See, last night, I thought I only streamed it on my channel. Then what night was it I streamed it on my channel, and then you came in late?
One
But
night
then-
you were streaming it on yours, and you told me to come on in. And when I went in, it'll pop mine in.
Oh, it automatically adds it to your channel then.
When I went through the back studio.
I gotcha. He just backdoored us. Just hopped in and
Pardon?
he backdoored us.
Really?
Well, you remember the other day he gave that frame just the tip.
He didn't
of the
backdoor
blade.
me.
God, demonetized. You guys are terrible. Y'all are killing my
You said
profits.
it, Bob. We're not getting anything, so
I wish the chats could be merged. That might be a good idea to send in to StreamYard. Make
merge
make
them in.
software update.
The oh my gosh, burning the filter over here. Sorry, you guys can't smell it, but it smells terrible. Smells terrible. But yeah, this was like me and Lee were talking. We were talking about that little camera that I got from Harbor Freight, and he's like, "Well, you know, the stream team's not live tonight." I'm like, "Yeah, you're right." He's like, "You want to go live?" I'm like, "We never can go just like a short time." So
I even named tonight short.
yeah, but short for us is usually 2.5 hours, 3 hours.
What'd you say? 9 sounds good.
Oh, it's 9:09 here already.
Well,
See you guys.
Nine,
No, just
9 for
kidding.
me, 10 for you.
Yeah.
I keep forgetting you East Coast.
Nothing happening on this one, DC. See how he is? Nothing to see here, ladies and gentlemen. Nothing to see here. Come on, Brad. Come on in. So, yeah, we got everything out of the way real early. But, you know, I've got these nuke boxes out there. I'm kind of in between on figuring out if I'm going to try to start merging some of these colonies down or if I'm just going to try to keep the numbers I've got and let them go. Time has no meaning here. It's true. Lisa said I just shook my head when I read short. It's true. It's true. It would only be a short live if Cayman was here.
I ain't going there.
Jeez, whoa.
Come on
Yeah.
in, Miss Lisa. Hell, Sarah's been in here before.
I think your
Yeah.
invitation to Hive Life has just been cancelled.
Been revoked. I know. It's possible.
Well, there went the Swarm Commander booth.
Yeah, just went out the window. Whose chat am I in? You are in mine right now. So what are you planning to, I mean, how big are your colonies getting? Lee?
Oh, I thought you was talking to Phil there.
Well, I know. We've seen the picture of his recently.
I got a couple of hives with 4 supers on them, a couple of them with 3 supers. They doing pretty good. They would have been doing better if I didn't have the swarming issue earlier the year whenever I was working too many hours.
Hey, Larry. Yeah, we've I've you know, you guys have seen my yard. I've got a few that are like skyscrapers and a few that are single deeps and a few double deep nukes, and I really wanted to get those double deep nukes packed out where I could move them to a single 10 framer. But at the same time, I don't want them to, you know, suffer in population. So maybe it's just so blasted hot right now. I know you can't, William. It had been 2 weeks almost since you've been in yours.
We all know you like giving your bees plenty of room, Bob.
I know. 1 bedroom flat.
That's why they moved out.
Well, I did give them plenty of room. All outdoors. They got all outdoors yesterday. They couldn't ask for a better space.
Yeah.
They got all outdoors.
Yeah. Open plan.
Has anybody else used the Honey Robber versus Honey Bandit or Honey Be Gone?
I haven't. I've just used the Honey Be Gone. But if you watch that swarm catch video, I used the Honey Be Gone. Once I shook the branch, I sprayed it where they were, and they did not land back on that spot. They moved to another spot. And then I misted it up in the top of the tree to kind of keep them lower instead of them trying to get up higher.
I used a Honey Robber the other day whenever I was pulling 2 supers off. Let's see. Get this pulled up. And when I first put the fume board on, they had a few bees, I mean, coming out the front. Not many. Some going in, some coming out. After get fast forward here.
Hey, I just got a notification. Lee's live.
After that fume board was on there for just a minute, a few extra bees come out the front of that hive.
Just a couple. Hey, that's what the outside of mine looked like right now if I walked outside.
So I would have to say that the honey robber does work.
So the question is, if my colony looks like that right now, would you put another box on it or just let them? I mean,
Uh-oh. We got a first timer.
hey,
Grammy.
What's
Lisa.
up?
Not much. We're just
I hate-
chilling and doing.
It took me a while to get on because my dog was barking and then my granddaughter came in.
Hey, dogs barking. I mean, that's like an everyday thing with
I know.
Brad from Cajun Homestead.
Dino's
Yep.
always barking.
Dino's always
Let me
barking.
get y'all situated here. I'm on my phone, so
Seems like it's a nice
So
night.
this is
Hear the
neat.
crickets going over there.
yes, I'm sitting outside.
Look, now I
Have to
can
come
brag.
outside.
I'm gonna brag to Bruce. Look, Lisa was here first. On
Don't
the
you
street.
do that.
But you were at his place first, so
Yeah, his girls are pissy too. They pop me some good times. Oh.
so are you? What's going on in your bee yard right now?
Well, right now, I went out this afternoon when I got home, and man, they were bearding. It was hot this afternoon.
So they were
It
doing it
was,
in the middle of the day for you.
yeah. Well, this was the afternoon. It was after what, 4? Well, it was about 5 o'clock when I got home. So it was, I want to say it was around 91 or 92 today.
That's what we got here. Heat index was 98, but I think
Yeah.
actual temperature 90, 91.
Now during
Yeah.
the day, I don't get that much bearding, but when they come home from foraging, like if I go out after the stream, they'll be slammed on the front of the
Yeah.
colony.
Yeah. Well, it was still, I mean, it was still good daylight here, but they were, they were bearding up on the front. It was weird too, because they were like bearding up underneath the front landing board.
Right under that shade underneath there.
Yeah, they were festooning, so it was really weird.
I got one hive that'll do that. They'll come out and beard under it. The rest of them hadn't been bearding.
Now,
Hmm.
everybody that I've heard that uses a screen bottom board doesn't seem to have that bearding problem, but most of them I think are probably in areas they don't have hive beetle issues like we do.
Yeah, well, I had some screen bottom boards. I was out of the solid bottom boards and I put some screens on, and I don't think the ones that I put the screen bottom boards on were bearding.
How many
think
colonies
it
are you running right now?
Well, I just had to move one nuke into a bigger box. I did 3 splits in April to keep them from swarming, so I'm up to 6. Well, 5 full hives and 1 nuke.
Okay. That's well, last year I overwintered 3 nukes. They made it through the winter perfect. And I just put the feeder shim on it and put a sugar brick in them, and they made it all winter, no problem, no extra honey, just what they had in the box.
Yeah,
And
I used Cayman's, the mountain, what does he call it? The mountain camp method, where I just kind of poured sugar on the inner cover,
right.
and it kind of acted as a insulator, which we don't get too cold here, but we usually have 2 weeks that's kind of cool, and it seemed to absorb a lot of the moisture. I think the condensation.
When's
Yeah.
y'all's coolest point? The end of January, beginning of February?
Usually it's about the end of January, first week in February. We even had a weird freeze because I remember I put my white potatoes in the ground in February and they froze and then they came back. So yeah, it was February we got our last frost or last freeze anyway.
That's
Well, they
normally how we are
they
in
usually-
South Louisiana.
They usually try to start doing splits here around Valentine's Day, like right at
Yeah.
February 14th is kind of the day they try to target to do those. But yeah, I tried to jump the gun and I've messed myself up doing early splits. So that won't happen again next year for sure. But
Well, I kind of looked back at my calendar because I just got my hives last March. I started out with 2, and I did a cutout in October, which brought me up to 3. I actually split one and then did the cutout, but I wound up combining the cutout with the split to go through the winter. And but looked back at my calendar of when I got my bees last year, because right after I brought the 2 hives home, one of them swarmed like within just a few days. So I tried to catch that time of year to go ahead and split so they wouldn't, and they didn't swarm.
Yeah, I've gotten more calls this week for swarms and people seeing swarms and cutouts than I have the rest of the year. Matter of fact, I missed one that somebody left on voicemail yesterday. Said, I don't know if you do this kind of thing, but I'm at my workshop and there's a swarm of bees out here. Of course, I did try to call the number back and they didn't answer it, but they had one. So I got 2 swarm calls and a cutout call yesterday, and I didn't have that much all year. So now, when you did your cutout, did you do it for the bees, or you charged them to do it?
I charged them, and I was gung ho. I only did one. I charged them, and I told them I went in there with a price, and I said I've got a 4-hour minimum, and this is what the minimum is. And the crazy thing is the guy had bought a bee suit and a smoker and all this other stuff to go in there and
do it himself.
He was going to do it himself, and he wound up giving me. I said, well, I tell you what, I went over because I'm new. It took me a little bit longer, so I'll just charge you the minimum, and you give me the smoker and the bee suit. So I got a full bee suit, a smoker out of the deal too.
Oh, speaking of bee suits, all right, guys, I'm Guardian.
Here we go.
Guardian's gonna hate me by the time this is done. So I stopped by a trap out that a buddy of mine was doing with him today. And
what's the bet, Hive Live? You're beside them.
And hey, good. Maybe they'll give me a free jacket, because I zipped it up, and the zipper, the bottom part, popped off.
Uh-oh.
I'm like, so I have the zipper stuck in the middle, and the top's open and the bottom's open, and I'm trying to unzip it to get my bee jacket on, and I end up pulling it off over my head and fixing the zipper. I'm like, this thing is literally like 2 months old.
Oh my gosh!
I am not happy with that suit now. It's too many things going wrong.
Did you call them?
No, I haven't called them yet. They've probably seen my videos and cussing me right now. You're not getting nothing from me, mister. So I didn't bring it in. I would have showed you that the little plastic piece on. There's one plastic piece on one side that you plug the other one into, but it's just raggedy. So maybe I just got that.
Plastic?
Yeah, the zipper's plastic too. I might have, at least the little end. I might have just gotten I might have got the one that's just no good. That happens. Eating too much honey. Could be eating too much honey.
If y'all look in the comment section, I just dropped Grammy's link to her channel in there.
How do I see the comment section while I'm on here?
I've never done it from the phone, but there should be a thing that says comments on somewhere on there.
I'm about to try to find out.
And
I can't see it.
All right, so you want to know how much I quoted these people? Now, keep in mind, it's in a business, right? So that in itself is different than I'm not going to somebody's exterior wall and cutting a wall out where it's not affecting anything in the house. I got to go into the business and cut the sheetrock out. But I said to start $2,500 to $3,000. And then I explained to her the different, as far as we could do a trap out, but then you're still going to have comb in the wall. We could just
draw more.
Yeah, we could just try to see where they're coming in and stop that, which is only going to be temporary because they'll find a way back in. And then you still have bees in the wall, and then I told her, I said, well, it's against the law to spray these in South Carolina, and I said, unfortunately, it's actually, cutting the sheetrock out, and then you just don't know how big the colony is. If you can hear them through half-inch sheetrock, it's a pretty big colony in that.
Do you have
wall.
a FLIR?
Just bought the generic one today, but the problem is, Old Town Main Street, right? How everything was brick and real tall.
Oh yeah.
And when they built out the walls are actually about a foot thick. So because they stood off of the brick, so it's like a foot thick behind there. So it was hard. You couldn't do anything from the outside because you had the heat and the brick radiating, and on the inside the AC was going so much that you couldn't really get a good reading from the inside.
Mm-hmm.
And there was speaking of orientation flights and stuff, there were so many foragers trying to get back in the colony that they were actually waiting to land to come in, like an airport. I mean, it was crazy.
Wow.
So she said, well, it sounds like we don't have much choice but to cut it out. And she said, let me talk to my husband. And then her final last words to me were, well, if we decide to do this, when can you start it? I said, well, we can start it pretty quick. It's just a matter of you guys saying it's okay. And she's going out on maternity leave. She said, well, this couldn't happen at the worst time. I said, no, actually, it's probably the best time because you're already going to be out.
Yeah.
So you might as well do it while you're out and get it fixed while you're out. And then when you come back, they're gone and you're good to go. So.
And it's
We'll
Lisa,
see.
at the bottom of your screen, it should have a button that says chat. But if you press that, you're not going to be able to see the camera at the same time.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Okay.
Well, what
That's
would
no
she want to
biggie.
see on the camera? Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying.
No, I was looking for the comments. I can't see the comments on here. It's got me on stream. Ah, hello. Well, now I can't see it because I have my glasses on. I have the wrong glasses out here with me.
I got my old ones on right now.
If you do hit that comment button, you ain't going to be able to see the camera. But then at the top right,
Oh.
it'll have a little X to close
Okay.
the comment and go back
That's
to
no
camera.
big. I
So
can say hi to everybody.
DC, a trap out. The problem with the trap out is it takes up to 6-8 weeks to do a trap out. If in fact you can find every single place they're coming out of and can close it, right? The other thing is it's 55 miles each way. So it's an hour drive each direction. And you'll have to go back over and over and over again.
And then you still have the problem of all the honey and the comb and everything else that was left in the wall.
Yeah, then you still have the comb and stuff in the wall that you have to deal with. So you still have to cut it out. So if you got to cut it out to get the comb out, you might as well cut it out, vacuum the bees out, seal the entrance, and be done with it. And yeah,
Everything BVAC.
yeah. So the question I have about that everything BVAC is, let's say it's a very huge colony. How are you going to take that BVAC off and swap it out for another?
You can get an extra bucket with the screw lid, and you can buy the extra basket inside that holds them in.
I made mine out of a bucket head.
Once you take the head off, there's a retainer basket that holds the bees in there.
Oh,
They
cool.
can't escape. But then you could pull that out. And then they
I
got
gotcha.
like a wire, kind of like chicken wire inside just for the bees to hold on to so they're not all stacked on
So
top.
basically, you could buy another retainer screen there.
Yeah.
And then just put that in another bucket and put the top on, put the
Now,
vac on.
he
the other
does have
bucket.
another option on the website to where you can get a whole nother bucket and strainer inside, and then you just swap the motor over from one bucket to the other. But you're going to pay for it.
How much was that, Lee?
How
That
much-
one right there was, I think, $370, $380.
Well, does it come with the vacuum?
Yeah.
Okay, because some of them I see, I've been looking at them online, and they look good, but you still got to buy the vacuum part of it. It's just the wood box, so you might buy $150, and like I was looking at Bushkill BVAC, it's $145.
See if
But-
I can bring it up on screen here.
Is that
but
a
you got
battery
to
powered one or a
Lisa's.
For just the bucket and the vac hose, and then the one basket is $370. You can get it with the straps for $4.20. Mine come with the straps when I bought it last year. Or you can get it with 2 buckets for $5.50. That's 2 buckets, 2 retainer baskets, and then the 1 motor head.
You're like the Bee Buster instead of the Ghostbuster. Yeah, that's strapped on your back. Who are you gonna call? Bee Busters.
I don't even use the straps. I normally just either leave it sitting on the ground
See?
or I hang it on the ladder.
I'm a marketing genius. See, I could have that cover all on in the bee vac and have like 4 of me side by side and do a whole commercial. Who you gonna call? Bee Busters.
Yeah,
You know, I picked up one of those Lowe's name brand bucket heads. It's
Right.
just the motor, and put it on a 5-gallon bucket and I used a hole saw, drilled a hole in the side and put the 1/8-inch screen over it so you could kind of control the suction on it. $35.
that ain't bad at all.
Now, if you
It
have
worked.
a big one, what do you do? How do you switch that bucket head without letting all the bees fly out?
Well, that's the thing. I was just looking at the strainer, or that strainer looking thing, and I mean, they pretty much stayed in the bucket when I vacuumed them out, and I just took them and dumped them over into the box.
Hmm.
So I'm wondering if you could use like one of those, the paint strainer bags that you use to strain honey with.
Mhm.
I wonder if you could
Yeah,
get one of those and put it over the 5-gallon bucket and then
Just
put the
bungee
motor on
around
top
it or
of it.
something.
Yeah,
You probably could.
I don't
Probably
know.
could do that. Should get my carney in the finished boxes tomorrow and on to more tiling. Tilling, sorry. Old eyes, guys. I thought you were doing a remodel job. Let me see. Freak me out too. See, that's the thing with the comments. It's like you try to catch them up and then you're like reading and not speaking.
Hmm.
And that's why I let Lee do that, because Lee's like the silent partner right now. She's just kind of like doing in the background, popping them
Hard
up.
to chew gum and walk at the same time, though. I know.
Yeah, for sure. For sure it is for me. Well, you guys see, I can't even, no, I'm pretty good at looking at a bee colony and getting stung at the same time. So I can do 2 things at one time.
Yeah, the
Let me
thing
see.
I like about the
Now, I didn't see your video, the whole video where you got stung up so bad.
Oh,
Yeah,
that one
I don't
wasn't even
think
as
it
bad as
actually
last
happened.
Wednesday.
I don't
Oh,
think
sure.
it actually happened because I ain't never seen a video of it yet.
Yeah, well, I actually
This
sent the,
Oh,
The
if you go out
guys-
with a big sign on you saying "Sting me," that's basically what you do.
well, there was 3 of us on that video. There was 3 of us. And,
There's only one in a red shirt.
yeah, I was the only one getting zapped. And my nephew just had a veil on that came off of a jacket. It just had the zipper around the bottom, and it was just on his head like a helmet and a long sleeve shirt. And he didn't take any stings. One stung his glove, but it didn't get to him.
Everybody always says don't wear a black shirt out there or anything dark. I've been out there in black,
So-
blue, red. I mean, they don't bother me no matter what color.
But it's funny because my things like mosquitoes, and I don't know if this has to do
Nobody's
with.
going to sting
So
anybody.
the red shirt thing, though.
I don't know. They were zapping me, but I was the one in the colony, closest to the colony too. So I don't know.
Well, you look at a
Well,
lot.
we were moving a new chicken coop in, and we had to pull up.
I think Grammy froze a little bit.
Oh, I see the light flickering. She might have froze.
There was one guy that was helping move my chicken coop. No, I'm here. Am I
All right,
frozen?
yeah, you went in and out a couple times. Last thing we heard was
Uh-oh.
we were moving the chicken coop in, and then you froze
Yes.
for a minute.
We were moving a chicken coop in because I bought a new chicken coop, and we had to pull the truck and trailer up behind the beehives. And the guys who were moving it asked me, "Well, are the bees going to bother me?" I was like, "No, they're pretty docile. I come out here and weed eat and everything." And he and I were the only ones in red shirts, and they were dive bombing us. They stung him 3 times, and stung the other guy who was in a white shirt 1 time. So apparently, they were just not happy.
I don't know if there's something when I say like health reasons. because my wife can go out and get ate up with mosquitoes, and mosquitoes do
Mhm.
not touch me at all.
Oh, they love me.
They
They
do
love
not.
me too.
They don't. I don't get bit by mosquitoes hardly at all, and
Mhm.
but the bees, different story.
Because you're
They
full of bee venom.
probably got a bunch of stuff on my suit, but I definitely gave that Guardian a test, in the last couple months. So I got to get them to. I'll contact them and be nice and be like, hey, I like the fabric, but I've had this 2 months and this is what I've got going on. And if it was a cheap suit, the things that I have going wrong with, I would just chalk it up to being Chinese made or whatever, and it was a cheap suit. I shouldn't have bought it. But when you spend as much money as you do on a Guardian, and I have the
Mhm.
issues I have with it after a couple of months,
The
It's-
only issues I've had with mine, and it's not the suit's fault. My telescoping covers that got the metal on the top of the wood lid. Every now and then, my gloves they'll get caught on the corner of that metal. But that's why most of my suits I'm going to, or most of my hives I'm going to the migratory lid.
There's
I
Earl.
I was just about to pop that up when you did it.
Happy birthday, Earl.
Happy
Yeah,
birthday.
he said, "Did Phil like the song?"
You sure did.
He should. Yeah, see, and it's
Happy
funny.
birthday, Earl.
The first year, I was just like Cayman, just a veil, just a t-shirt. I didn't care if I had shorts on, no problem. And then coming out of my second year, I had a couple colonies that were really didn't matter what you were doing; they were going to try to get you where you were in the yard. And so I started wearing more protective gear, and it just seems like the bigger they get, the madder they get, And
No kidding.
and so we'll see this year how it goes. My curiosity this year is I haven't had colonies as big as I have right now, as far as with the supers and everything. So what I'm worried about is when I start pushing those bees out of the honey supers back into the brood box, that's when I'm going to be worried about swarming, because there are going to be so many bees in there. So then it's a whole new thing, right? Do I just start stacking mediums on them to give them some extra space, let them draw that comb out? Do I just equalize the colonies down to where they're not that strong? It's just a whole nother bunch of stuff to figure out. So that's kind of where I'm at with my thought process this year is, what am I going to do when I start pushing these bees back down out of 5 supers, back into their brood box? And next thing, I'll have to buy me a bucket truck so I can get them out of the trees everywhere around here.
Mm.
What, Lee, what are you planning to do when you start pushing down 4 supers of bees into the brood box?
I might make a few splits, but for the most part, I'm going to throw some new supers on them just with a plastic foundation that I've waxed, and throw the 1-to-1 to them or 3/4 to 1. Let them draw it out for me. Even if they store it in there, they can have that for the dearth. They can have it for the fall or winter, and then I'll have drawing boxes out for next year.
That sounds like a plan.
Because this year, I believe I've got around about 35 or 40 supers total. So next year, I'm going to try not to do any more expansion as far as colonies. I'm just going to stack up on the supers, try to 75 or 100 supers.
Buy you some pro nukes and start selling some nukes, selling them off. That might be a good idea to keep your numbers right. Well,
Yeah.
Silver Gorilla says split. But see, I've got some nukes and splits that I've done that have really done really well. And then I've got some that are just kind of like, every time I go out there, I'm like, what the hell are y'all doing? They're just not growing. And they got a queen. They're she's walking around in there. She's just not doing anything.
Yeah, one of the little nukes that I made was with a virgin queen. She's mated and she's laying, but she's just not doing what I
prolific,
thought she.
right?
Mm-mm. So I've been stealing brood from the other boxes and popping in there trying to get the
Get
population
our
up.
numbers up. Well, yeah, and like that first Demaray I did, every time I go in there, I don't see cap brood. I see a bunch of eggs and larvae. So it's like, what are you doing? Taking 3 weeks off, laying them, and then taking 3 weeks off, and it's like, come on, let's go, let's get this thing going. I'm just trying to make it where their numbers will be strong enough for winter. I'm already thinking about winter and next spring, and requeen them. If they don't perform, they got to go. I've got queens. I mean, I've got
even if I do break mine down and do splits, I think they'll have time this year to rebuild for the fall going into winter, because our goldenrod, we're already got stems sticking up 2-3 foot out of the ground. So I think we can.
You're kidding.
Yeah. I think
Gosh, it's just June.
Yep. I mean, you ain't gonna have no flower or nothing on it, but yeah, they are starting to shoot up out of the ground. Last year we didn't have that because we got too much rain. It just
last year was.
So the thing is,
I hope this year we'll have a good goldenrod flow.
With the way the spring has been, do you think that we're ahead of schedule? I've heard some people say they're behind schedule, but I feel like I'm a little bit ahead.
I feel like I was a little ahead this year. The only problem with our privet flow, we didn't have enough rain in April for the privet to really get a lot of nectar into it. We got a little bit off of it, but it wasn't very much, and then it just died out.
But
our tallow is flowing good right now.
We'll get a little.
I haven't been doing it long enough to know if we're behind or ahead.
Right. Well, that's kind of where I'm at. I haven't had this many colonies. I had, it's definitely a different thing. So I've been looking at trying to, like I said, once I push those brood or bees back down the brood box, I'm going to start pulling frames with bees on them and probably squirting them down with 1-to-1 so they don't fly, and putting them in another colony to move the bees and the brood over to the new colony, and let them hatch out that way.
Miss Lisa, as far as like keeping track of your stuff, you can either do a spreadsheet or just write it on a piece of paper in a notebook and write down what date whenever you see a flower starting to grow up, when you see it starting to bloom out, when you see bees on it. Just write the date down. That way the following year you can look back at that and say, hey, at this time last year this was growing. So you at least maybe within a week or two period know what's coming.
Right. Well, I know our tallow is starting to bud out, and so that'll be blooming probably in the next week or so.
No, we got tendrils hanging down 6-8 inches.
Really?
For tallow.
Well, when I went out to Bruce's, where he has his boxes here in the town that I live in, he took us back down in the woods close to a pond, and there was tallow out there, and there was little shoots on them about 3 or 4 inches long already. But they weren't really blooming; they were just budding. But
so
we've had a lot of rain here this past week. I took the week off from work, and I was like, "Damn!" I had 10 days off, and it rained like 7 of them.
We've got a couple of good thunderstorms, I guess you say, come through here, but they hadn't lasted maybe an hour or two at the most, and then they're gone, and we don't get a rain again for a week.
Hail High says either I got to get a day job or he's going to have to quit his. He's not getting enough sleep with my lives.
That's why I said when it was going to be a short, I just kind of shook my head. Yeah, whatever.
Even the short is going to end up being 2 hours. So we got about another 20 minutes. Well, I'm looking at this honeybee net from NASA. It's saying that right now I should have tulip trees, poplars, whitewoods, Yopon holly. As far as major flows, sourwood starts in May to July, and our goldenrod starts in July through November here. And our tallow, it does show Chinese tallow on my list, but it says only May and June, and it's not showing as a major nectar flow here.
I never sleep.
Hey, Earl, I think I can read that. I don't have my glasses on.
Says, hey, Grammy, how was working for Bruce?
Oh, it was fun. It was fun. It was in the rain. It rained a little bit, so we had to take a break. But it was impressive. It's just
Yeah.
nice networking with other people.
Yeah,
I,
definitely.
Yeah.
that's the
Is
most
it, is
fun
it
of it to
possible,
me.
Lee, to throw up the Fermanagh Bee Juice Blues song?
I sure can.
So this is Earl's new release of the Fermanagh Bee Juice song.
Let me find where it
I'm,
went.
I'm very proud and humbled by it.
Oh,
It's
here we go. Unmute. Pull it from one of these three screens. And here we go with the bee juice. Watching the bees in my fly. Watching these girls make me feel alive. Pollen and nectar every way but loose. Backing away from Fermanagh bee juice. Fermanagh bee juice, my brother Phil. From Northern Ireland, he's a big deal. On the YouTube, he puts videos. So like and subscribe, make sure he grows. Well, here's the part where we thank God. Where brothers are made, though our countries be odd. Happy to say that he's my friend. I hope to see him someday in North of Ireland. Fermanagh bee juice is my brother Phil. From North of Ireland, he's a big deal. On YouTube, he puts videos. Like and subscribe, make sure he grows.
all right.
That was a trip.
You know
That was
what?
awesome, Earl.
Saying Fermanagh Bee Juice in a lyric, that's a tongue twister.
That's
No kidding.
guy's got talent.
He does.
And to come
At
up with
least,
stuff on the spot.
at least my Irish last name is easy to say. Although everybody calls it Gowan instead of Gowan.
That one.
Oh,
Let me see. I have to find out where I have a sister.
I really do hope to meet up with all you guys someday.
Well, you said you're going to Hive Life, right?
Well, I'd love to. Love to.
that'd be awesome.
We should.
Are you going, Miss Lisa?
I'm planning on it. For some reason, I guess I wasn't on YouTube networking a whole lot around the time that Hive Life was coming up. And so I missed it until it was like right at the time for it to happen.
Mm-hmm.
But I did get to a good bee conference that the Alabama, I guess it's the ACES, Alabama Cooperative Extension Service, does here in Alabama in Clanton last year. And I'm hoping to get to that one too. It was in September last year, and it was really good.
Hmm.
But I do want to go to Hive Life. I've already told my husband to plan for that. So
I've already got my hotel room reserved.
Billy,
I reserved
Billy
it.
Brightot's not coming on tonight.
William,
What's that, Phil?
he's flying home, I think, tonight.
Yeah, he had a
Billy.
layover in Houston a while ago.
The
Anybody called William over here is Billy.
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 That's I get that so much. If you've seen what's the one with Billy the
I never
Kid
called
was
you Billy, Bob.
when it had Christian Slater and all those guys in it. Gosh, it's like an 80s movie.
Oh gosh, the Brat Pack.
Yeah, but they were all cowboys, right? And
Young
Tombstone.
Guns.
Young Guns.
Young Guns.
Yeah.
So I think it was Young Guns 2 when the sheriff's name was Bob, and they had him locked in the upper floor, and he had his the sheriff had his shotgun loaded with dimes. So he pops up and he's like, "Hi, Bob," and then he shoots him with the shotgun, right, double barrels. He says, "Best $1.80 I ever spent." That I for some reason I get that all the time. So, whatever. It is what it is.
Yeah, I was kind of lost on us, Bob, to be honest.
Well, you gotta go watch Young Guns 2, and you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. Yeah, Young Guns. Now, see, y'all are gonna make me get demonetized here. Let me see. Best $1.80.
Here's my friend.
Miniature collie or a full size?
Yes. Miniature. Shetland sheepdog. Little Sheltie. He's a barker.
All right.
You wanna get
So
on camera again?
if you are unfamiliar,
You gotta get on there again, huh?
all right, hold on.
You're rotten.
Share
Rotten.
screen. Share screen. Share system audio. Add it to the stream. It's 21 seconds.
Bye, Bob. Best $1.80 I ever spent.
There you go.
Oh, yeah, with the Sheen brothers.
Yep, he's like, "Hi, Bob. Goodbye, Bob. Best $1.80 I ever spent."
Hey, Earl, that's going to be Wilderness at the Smokies. It's the one that's connected to the conference hall.
All right, we got Rick.
Hey, what's going on,
Rick.
guys?
Hey, Rick.
Hey, I wanted to tell you that last night I said I was on the east side of the state. I'm on the west side.
Of west side of Kentucky.
No, of Indiana. I'm on the west side.
Deanna.
Why do I think Kentucky?
I said east. I don't know what I was thinking.
See, in some states, you would have got shot for that if you'd have said east side. Oh, sorry, west side. And you just
Yeah, but it's Indiana, so you don't get too much trouble for saying that.
the
Northern Ireland, you do.
I was about to say, as long as you don't say Southern
I bet you do.
if you went south side
You
or
do
north
not get
side,
them. You don't get them mixed up with Northern Ireland.
I'd probably get in trouble though if I said that if I lived in Indianapolis. Oh, I live on the east side. I live on the west side. Actually, I don't want to live on the west side. That's
See,
pretty.
I'd be all messed up in some of those states because I would have a red shirt on when I was supposed to be wearing a blue shirt, or a blue shirt when I was supposed to be wearing a red shirt or something, and not even thinking about it.
Well, I'm colorblind, so I got all kinds of problems when it comes to that.
Yeah, I've got a good friend of mine that's colorblind. He wears neutral colors on everything.
You
I
bet.
know it's bad. I had a boss that was colorblind, and his highlighters, he had to get somebody to take a permanent marker and write on the caps what color they were.
Wow.
Well, he worked day shift. We worked night shift.
So you flip
So
around.
every
on them.
time when he come in, we'd flip his colors all around on him.
My husband used to do that to his brother. His brother was colorblind, and his mother would go through the closet and pair up his outfits and put the color in writing on there, and my husband would go through and mix them up.
Oh, my
That's mean.
friend tells us. My friend tells a story. Now, this was back in the 80s, and in the 80s, we were big on pastels and different colors. But to a colorblind person,
Pastels, Bob.
yeah, it was the 80s, bro.
Whoa. Chinos and Miami Vice and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. And, members only jackets, parachute
I remember
pants. But he went into the
Mullets.
store. he went into the store and he bought a bunch of clothes because he was going for his job, right?
I'd like to see Bob with a mullet.
And listen, and he goes in and he puts all the stuff on the counter, and you'll get this, Lisa. He goes on the counter and she's like, "Did you buy all this to go together?" And he's like, "Yep." She's like, "Bless your heart. Come here, hon." He's like, "What?" He's like, he's got a neon green shirt and a pink tie and all this other stuff. And she's like, "Here, let me help you out." He's like, "Well, I'm colorblind." He's like, "Yeah, I know." So it was,
Bless his heart.
yeah, that's exactly right. Oh, you guys don't know. And when I was in high school, I had all the IOU shirts I had a Bugle Boy. That was all big back then.
Mhm.
I had
Oh,
the big black shades that had the paint splatters across them. Yeah, I was all MTV back in the day.
Oh wow.
So,
That's when
Yeah.
MTV was good, right?
oh yeah, when they played music, when music television
Exactly.
played music,
Yeah.
And,
just all reality shows.
and
Uh-huh.
yeah, acid wash jeans, you know it,
Mm-hmm.
like the MC Hammer type jeans that were pleated
Oh,
on the
yeah.
front, had it all,
Mm-hmm. Yep.
had it all. It was crazy times. Hey, what's up, Jason?
Daisy, as far as being the best hotel, I don't know. I'm just staying at the one that's connected to the conference hall. That way I don't have to worry about driving.
What's the
Yeah,
name of the conference hall, Lee?
The hotel connected to it is
Wilderness at the
Wilder-
Smokies.
Wilderness.
What's
at
the hotel is a good hotel.
the conference
There's a lot
hall.
of
Yeah.
feedback from somebody.
Let's see.
There
A
is
lot of feedback.
What's the dates of the
Oh, we got
conference?
one in Wilmington.
January 5th, 6th, and 7th, I think. 6th and 7th is the actual dates, but they said they're trying to do a meet and greet on the night of the 5th, is what I understand. But
I know it's been so long that we stayed in hotels. I can't remember now.
but if
Bob,
you
if
haven't,
I promote your T-shirts enough, you could sponsor me to come over.
yeah, hey, you do know I don't work.
Yeah,
Right?
We'll
that's
do
better
it.
than
We'll
that.
do a GoFundMe to get Phil over here.
Go fund Phil.
Hashtag GoFundPhil.
That's right. That's it. The I got that whopping military disability check today of $157. I was excited.
Woohoo!
Yeah, I know.
That'll keep you going for a while.
And then promptly spent $80 to fill the truck up. So I was like, oh, where am I
I
going
was
to
gonna
spend
say, don't spend it all in one place.
this? Yeah, we'll keep.
Did you
What?
retire from the military?
No, I'm not
Bob?
retired. I'm
Oh, I
not
thought you
retired.
were.
I've got 16 years service, but
Damn, why
the
didn't you go 20? Why did you do 20?
too
You
many.
could have been you could be drawing a pension right now from the government.
I know. Well, it didn't work out that way. Otherwise, I would have. But I enjoyed my time in the military. It's just that you think they fight you on everything. I got 10% disability for hearing loss, which is why I talk so loud on these streams.
Bob, did you get help from the DAV to get that disability?
No, I actually just went online and filled all the forms out, and now someone said, just like you did, go to the DAV and they'll help push it through.
Yeah, my brother-in-law wound up, I believe he wound up with 90% disability
90.
after he went back and got one of his friends that's in the DAV to help him, and they fought for him and got him more.
Yeah.
And he's retired.
My dad ended up having to get a lawyer to get his. It took him about 8 or 9 years to finally work his way all the way up to the 100%. But
Mhm.
he ended up doing that,
Yeah.
and then they had to pay him all those years back pay up to the 100.
Oh yeah.
And then after he got all that, he didn't live not even a full year, I believe, after that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Jason, I bought that gas at Murphy Express and down the road from me, and it was like 412, 413 today.
Don't get me started on fuel
The average
prices,
is 460.
please.
It's about $8 a gallon over there, right?
It's about 10.
$10 a gallon,
Yeah.
Jeez.
Oh my!
or is that a liter?
No,
How
it's
much
about
is it a liter?
A
It's-
liter is like a
it's-
fourth of a gallon.
It's almost £2 a litre now.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Which
so
is-
that's $10. Yeah,
Mm.
but
That's why we all drive little tiny cars over here.
You
well,
got
you guys also have a better public transportation system than we have.
No, we
Here.
don't.
You don't there?
No.
You don't have buses and streetcars?
No. Well, we have buses, but if you're in the centre of London, yes, there's a good transportation system. But once you go outside the M25 in London, no.
Silver Gorilla paid $5.09 for diesel. Hey Rick, I can hear your sound coming back through my headset.
I turn the volume.
Yeah,
on.
I'm hearing a lot of feedback.
Yeah.
But maybe
My
that's better.
headphones are about to go dead. Their battery's telling me to charge me.
Is it beeping? Beep beep.
Yeah. No, it's saying charge me.
Uh,
It's
Dang.
only said it once though, so I got a little bit of life on it.
Mr. Paul, you must be buying that ethanol gas. Real
Eugene-
gas here by the house is $4.79.
Mhm.
Eugene said he's at 100%, but he had to hire an attorney for his Agent Orange. Yeah, my father had got Agent Orange, but it took him so long to get it that he never saw it. He passed away before my mom received his Agent Orange pension.
The thing was, they consider Agent Orange too one of the side effects, I guess, that basically could cause death. On the VA's medical list is heart attack, and that's what my dad passed from, was heart attack.
Yeah, that's what my
With
dad.
that, they kept my mom going with the VA stuff, so she still carries all their insurance that he had. Plus, she gets, his Social Security too.
Michael, are you in Germany? Wo wohnst du in Deutschland?
You speak German? You speak German too?
Oh yeah, I'm bilingual. I'm bilingual to a point. My mom's German, so we lived in Germany for a few years. So I
I think
went.
my forefathers came over here on the Mayflower.
Let's see. I went to the cutout and looked at it and quoted them a price, and then to come back on it. So we'll see if they do it or not. But if they don't, just save me 2 hours of driving and a day of sweat. So we'll see what happens with that. But I was proud when I quoted them. So we'll see what happens. But if they couldn't find anybody within 55 miles of them to come do it, maybe it's the best deal they have.
That's what somebody was saying up in the comments earlier. If it's a job you're really not wanting to do sometimes, just overprice it and see if they call you back or not.
Right, that's what Randy said. He said if it's a job he really don't want to do, he'll highball it, and then they
Oh,
that
gosh.
kind of you
I
out.
need to say good night. I have two ladies that are counting on me tomorrow to induce them.
Oh, okay.
So
Might
I'm going
be
to have to.
the lady that needs the cutout done. She's getting induced tomorrow.
Not unless it's in Alabama.
No, it's in South Carolina for sure. So,
Grammy,
Well,
thank
good
you
night,
for
everybody.
coming.
Thanks for having me on.
all right,
Yeah,
thank
good
you.
night.
Have a good
Have a
one.
good night.
Yeah, it was sheetrock. There's Dirt Rooster. Look at him. He's a regular staple. Hey, that fella is funny. That's all I could say. He's the kind of guy I could hang out with, and we would just be rolling all day long.
Your dirt rooster?
Yeah, Dirt Rooster is hilarious.
Yeah.
To him on the phone. We were actually imitating Barney Fife on the phone. It was pretty funny. We were having a good time. But
That's what they call my town, the Mayberry of the Midwest.
yeah, that's kind of where this cutout is going to be if they end up taking the bid. And I keep looking at my phone in case she messaged me. But I imagine I may not hear from her. I'll probably end up hearing from her husband before I hear from her since she's having a baby tomorrow.
They have one of those police cars that they had back on that show, Andy Griffith.
What, in your town?
Yeah, yeah.
There goes
Yeah.
the stream. Randy is here. Bohemia says.
They
Hey,
call
Tim
it
again.
town the Mayberry, the Midwest.
Jason, did you do a mail call yet? Let me see here. Bohemia Bees.
Let me get this right.
Three days ago, 11 days ago. Nope.
Game of
Oh,
Thrones
man.
Night Watch. I like that.
The Night Swatch. Oh, that's nice. Single malt Scotch whiskey. But why
That
doesn't it
was
say
a-
Irish whiskey?
Christmas present from my son.
That's nice.
Is it smooth?
I haven't opened it yet, to be honest.
Oh, well.
Collector's edition.
Yeah,
And
It's one of
Scotch
those
gets
ones-
better with time.
one of those ones you don't want to open.
You never
you
know.
never
Brad
And a nice
might be coming
box
on now.
as well.
Oh yeah. Oh wait a minute. Dirt Rooster's here. Listen, Brad will be popping in the back room.
Tell me to have to wait.
You have to wait now.
If he goes over and checks that PayPal link and everything, the Patreon page, I mean, he can come on in.
The Patreon page. You got a Patreon page? I don't have
No.
any Patreon page.
We'll make one up and send it to Brad. Though.
Man, I'll tell you what. Some people get killed with they get killed with like super chats and stuff. Like you go on Cayman's live, you'll see it on a normal week. It'll be 500. If he's doing like that thing last week, it was like 1,000. I'm like, man, really? I got to figure out what he's doing because I don't get super chats like that for sure. Not at all.
I'm a long way
I
from.
did,
even
I
being
did good
able
over
to.
there, guys. I would love to hang out with you guys.
Hey, look who it is.
Uh-oh.
Drive through. You can't hear us.
Time I try to get on here, it's a bad connection.
Well, you know, Wendy's drive through doesn't give you very good signal.
The intercom system
tonight-
messing up.
Tonight is
Wha-
Whoppers and Mountain Dew.
The dinner of champions.
Need to keep a bottle of creamed honey on you.
Oh, and he dropped
Hey,
out.
lost
He'll come back. Brad said, "Not a chance. He's a real beekeeper." Tomorrow or Friday in the mailbox. Okay, cool. Thanks. The
What was that video you did, Lee, today?
he worked his crane.
I watched that video that you made.
Where I was extracting honey the other day.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was. Heck, I don't even remember what day that was. Sunday, Monday.
Yeah,
I've
it
done
wasn't
all
today. We were all getting withdrawal symptoms because there was no videos from either Bob or Lee.
Man, I was busy all day riding around and looking at bees and got home and then there he goes. He's back. There he is. You know, Wendy's drive-through doesn't get that good a signal. He still can't.
bad
He still can't hear us. He's got to drive around till he hits the hot spot. Yeah, we were
I think
cracking
that's
it.
on the backside.
I was. Yeah, to hang up again. Yeah, his signal in the truck isn't that good, I guess. But yeah, he's one of those guys, man, that you would just hang out with and just joke and cut up with. He's my kind of person for sure. Where you can just talk and talk and talk and just have fun. But he comes on so late. See, this is not a regular night. We're actually at the 10 o'clock hour, which is the 9 o'clock hour for Lee. And Lee muted his own headset.
I
Wow,
hear you.
10 o'clock. You guys must get to bed shortly.
Yeah, Lee's got to go to work in the morning.
Yeah,
Jeez.
I got to
It's
work
only-
Friday this week too, since I was off
It's
Monday.
only 3 a.m. here.
And I want to take my FLIR out in the dark and see what it looks like on the colonies in the dark. My cheap FLIR. The Harbor Freight FLIR. No, I didn't. I'm waiting on them. I went and quoted it today. It was my thought that she would be there, and then she would agree with it at the time, and then we would start. But she wasn't. Can you hear me now?
Finally.
What you doing, man?
Three tries to get you. I was out catching a swarm.
Now, do you prefer swarm catches or cutouts?
I prefer cutouts because they pay.
Well, I guess the swarms do pay in the future when you sell them off as a nuke or something.
Yeah, this time of the year you got to babysit them. I was doing that when a couple ladies were watching. It was at a Coldwell Banker's office, and they were like, "How many of these can you do?" I said, "I mean, it depends on how fast you want to go broke."
Right. That's true. I've had more calls for bees the last 2 days than I had the whole rest of the year so far.
And doing a cutout, you get the money right then to do the cutout, and then you get the bees. So you get money two ways. You get money from taking them out, and then money from the honey.
Yeah, you might get bees. You might get honey.
Yeah. Well, my thing is, depending on the cutout, I see you guys, taking your hive tool in your fingers or eating the comb, and then I'm sitting there thinking, what has been sprayed in that floor or in that house that might be in that honey that you just don't know, at that point.
Yeah, I'm pretty good about sussing that out before I'm tasting honey. I can usually pick the homeowner for information enough to figure out if I think they might have done something, because a lot of them won't own up to it. A lot of them will deny it until you are in there and you smell spectricide or you see dust and you're like, okay, somebody.
Right.
Well, I don't know who my neighbor must have snuck over. Yeah, right.
Yeah. Snuck over and just tried to take your bees out, right? That's
But if I'm pretty certain that they've sprayed it, and I've talked about how good raw honey is, and I love raw honey. I'm like, well, you can have all this. No, you can have it. Then I know somebody's done something.
Yeah, get them try it first.
But most of the time they can't get anything to them where the hives are. They're spraying an entrance and they're spraying whatever's on the outside of the hive, and they'll kill a few bees, but they won't usually get it into the hive.
Dennis Barney said,
if they have sprayed it, I won't usually keep it.
Dennis Barney says, Dirt Rooster, do you do cutouts if it's raining out?
Yeah, I don't like to, but we have so many to do. If it's an inside job, I still do it if it's raining. They're more irritable and they're harder to deal with, and we don't use smoke when working inside, so you do get stung more, but I still do them. Well,
Randy offered me a job today. He said if that lady accepts my bid, I can come bid all his jobs for him.
Yeah, absolutely.
After yesterday, he still offered you a job.
Yeah, I actually caught some of the smack talking he was doing over there. What's taking so long? You still here?
He hired him just for the bidding side, not the catching.
Yeah, I'm just in the sales department. That's it.
Putting all those bees in a one-bedroom apartment, and he still offered you a job.
Hey, I utilized what I had at the time. I should have just took. If I was smart, I probably would have just stopped by Home Depot and brought a Home Depot box and boxed it up and just shook them in the box and closed it up and carried them home.
Randy, do you drive about with a box with one frame in it?
Did you hear him? He asked you drive around with a box with one frame in it to catch a swarm.
I usually got two bags in the truck.
Exactly.
See, my thing is I don't typically go chasing swarms, and I just happen to be at the bee supply store when they got a call about it.
Don't make excuses. Don't.
No, I almost always have a easy nuke in the back. I do. I have an easy nuke in the back right now, but I have two vacs in the truck as well.
That's what I need. One. I need a vac.
See, Bob, that's a professional.
Yeah,
I want to shake my
pretty.
Well, see, the difference between Randy and me is Randy's got like 1 million subs, and I've got like 1,800. So he's YouTube rich.
That's why you've only 1,800.
I've got at least 1,000 dedicated subs.
Right, that's how mine is. Well, why does this video only have 57 views if I've got 87 You
Randy,
know,
I bet you don't have a Game of Drones T-shirt.
I don't.
that's my gear right there.
Oh, hey, what is an altar Scott? I tried to look it up and I got all kinds of songs and stuff.
A what?
An Ulster
An
Scot
altar-
is a Protestant from Northern Ireland who moved to the USA.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I don't know. We have some friends over here that are Philip Cameron. He's gone now, but he was Scottish and you know, we claim Irish, I guess. But he said an Irishman's nothing more than a Scotsman with his brains bashed in. That's what he used to tell us.
Let me see. Bob is trying to be. I am trying to be a beekeeper. I think we're all trying to be beekeepers because the bees, they'll either stay or they won't. They'll tell you what they want and what they don't want. They'll like a box or not like a box for whatever reason. Dry Cut says Randy has a whole boutique. I bet you he'd say his wife has a whole boutique.
Yeah.
Does she do?
She was identifying queens on somebody's video today.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I wish I could get my old lady
She-
just to
she
even
just-
get near the bees, much less she
No, I
won't even
can't-
help with them.
I can't get mine to put a sticker on a honey jar.
Well, Renee will do that for me. She'll bottle honey, she'll label it, but go and mess with the bees, she ain't gonna get near.
We did the preemptive Wednesday night stream because the stream
You got to
team
set
isn't
up a
on tonight.
business and make it hers.
Yeah.
Then I would have another failing business.
Yeah, but without any of the liability though.
Then I'd have two failing businesses, Randy. I already got the beekeeping business that's failing. then we'll have a beekeeping and a beekeeping apparel failing business.
Yeah.
Randy-
You got to set up a business to make it hers. She'll be proud of it and work on it.
So Larry Gandy says, Randy, how's the tallow flow going? You may not have heard of that.
Randy.
Did you hear that, Randy?
I'm losing. No, go ahead.
He said Larry Gandy asked, Randy, how is the tallow flow? I think he's going through a bad area again.
Mike Barry
Bad-
put out a video tonight about
Put out another video tonight.
yeah. He said the drought was pretty bad for privet, I think he said. Or
I want to keep watching the show, but I'm going to take off.
All right, man. We'll see you later. We're not going to be on here much longer because
All right.
we kind of put it at a limit.
Okay.
And I think Randy just went out. So we appreciate you stopping by for sure, Rick.
All righty.
And
Take it
we'll
easy,
talk to
guys.
you later. We'll see you
Yep.
later, buddy.
Good one.
So, yeah. Well, see, you're the anomaly in that situation, Sarah. I mean, if you watch our show, we usually have Lisa from Grammy's Homestead, right? Midwife and Homestead. And we have you. And then we have Matt and Sarah that comes in a little while. But I think it's primarily Matt that's actually watching. But typically, it's males. So we enjoy when you guys come on and share your side of things. So
We get Miss Rhonda in here too.
yeah, we did have Miss Rhonda in here. And we just try to have fun and share our experience and let you see me get stung 1,000 times. And we even bring Phil in.
thanks, Bob.
And if you haven't subscribed to Fermanagh Bee Juice, please go and do it. How many subs are you at right now?
Oh, I don't. It's only 30s. But my videos are not. I'm not a commenter on videos, so
Oh,
I think that's what puts people off.
you know what? Lee, drop Dry Cut in here. We want to get Dry Cut over to the 100 level tonight since we have 43 people because he's
Billy,
doing
get Billy up to 100.
Yeah, so we're trying to get William up to 100 subs,
Yo, Billy.
and he's doing a giveaway for a hand forged hive tool that he made himself, and he's doing that at 100 subs. So he's at 88. We need 12 more subs to push him over 100 for him to do his
They don't wanna
giveaway.
kill me because I hit a wrong key and spelt it wrong, but
But
What's he
that's
giving away?
that's his link.
that's the correct link anyway.
So let's see if we can push him over 100 right now, guys. We got 45 people watching. We only need 12 subs to push him over 100. And I'm watching right now. We're checking it.
We had 90.
All
10
right,
more.
so we need 10 more. So go get them, guys.
Support Billy.
Randy said you got to go dump a swarm in a box.
All right, thanks for stopping in again, Randy. We'll talk to you soon. And
Dump a
Everybody-
swarm in the box. Is that a euphemism for going to the toilet? No.
he did a swarm cutout, so it could be though.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go drop the bees off at the hive. I'll see y'all in a little while.
They
I
have
got-
cables. Another one I've heard.
I got to go extract some honey. I'll be back.
We had 91. We need 9 more for William.
Yeah, we're definitely going downhill now.
Nine more subs to dry cut, and he's got to do a giveaway. We're gonna force him. We're pushing him over the edge. I'll drop the link.
He's probably starting to sweat now.
Brian, that swarmed out of my colony. It left my colony when I got it home. So Phil says I put a six person family in a 1-bedroom flat, so they had to move out.
Yep.
And
Doesn't work.
it didn't work. Yeah, they took off. So
Oh, 7 more. We had 93.
all right, we only need 7 more. Go get Williams' channel. We'll make him give it away tonight. And then I went and bid a cutout today, so we'll see if they get back to me. And
Support Bob and
Give
his
it.
t-shirts as well.
I got a T-shirt, the Game of Drones, right there. I dropped the link on that earlier. I'll drop it again though, just because why not? Phil's pimping my gear,
Excellent t-shirts.
and I'll give and that's my shirt link if you so choose. We appreciate it. Every little bit helps. Where we at on dry
90.
cut?
92.
I got 93 on mine right now. Oh, it went back down. It was 93. Someone left you.
Yeah, that was
You
me.
know how YouTube is. It's going to take that one off and put it back tomorrow.
Yeah, I don't know why it does that. Come on, guys. We need 8 more subs. 8 more subs out of the 45 watching. And Dry Cut will have to give away a hand-forged hive tool. And I promise not to enter, so you guys can win.
93.
I already did enter. Sorry, guys. You're going to lose now. But go ahead and subscribe anyway.
Earl's in the comment section there, so he's already got it.
Earl's already won it.
Oh shit.
Oh, yeah. Well, he did send him a flare, so
94.
he's on. He said he's giving away 100 hive tools at 100 subs, all hand forged by him.
I didn't say that, William.
Hey, Stafford, Mike, we got come on, we can get 7 more, guys. 7. That's
Yeah, went
all
to
we
94,
need.
now back to 93 again. Somebody playing around.
Probably William. He subbed to his own channel.
Every time you
Bob.
speak, Bob, somebody unsubscribes.
Right. That might be. That's true. Hey, I've done it on my channel. I've looked over there and I've been like, I only need this many to do the giveaway,
Yeah.
and it goes down. I'm like,
Unsubscribe.
what? I'm just trying to give stuff away over here.
Hey there, Jarrett. How you doing tonight?
So right now we're trying to get people over to Dry Cut Homestead. He needs 7 subs to do a giveaway, and we're trying to push him over to Edge. Drop that link again, Lee. I'm gonna do the update on my giveaway. We're inching closer on my channel.
Is he online? No, or
Yeah, William's there. Let me see. I am.
it might help if he come online. And
Oh, no, he's still traveling.
oh, was he? Sorry.
Yeah. So let's see. I've got 130 132. I need 132 subs. I'm giving away a licensed solar wax melter.
That's mine. Just send it to the Northern Ireland.
Fake news. See, he said no. We're what is Fox's thing? True and unbalanced or whatever. True and balanced, whatever it is. Probably unbalanced if it's political. 100 hive tools for 100 people. That's a lie, guys. It's not 100. It's one hand forged hand tool giveaway. We need 5 more, guys. If that number hits triple digits, he's giving it away. And to win that, you need to go to this video, which I will link. Well, once it stops playing here, I will link it. This is the video you have to go and watch. And
Now you tell everybody.
Hold on, what happened?
I only need I need 280 more, 290 more, and I'm giving away the Guardian B suit.
Hey, Brian, if you have the guy from Guardian's information, could you please send that to me? Because I gotta call him. There you go. That's the video to enter to win. The hand forged hive tool from William.
Need 4 more.
4 more?
Yep.
I'm not even sure.
Oh, yeah, I'm showing 96. And if those 2 happen to come back, then we're only down to 2. But we can't bank on that, so we need to push him over the limit.
We got to see the 100 mark. Then he'll have 102 tomorrow.
That's right. That's what we need. Oh, Matt and Sarah's. Matt, you should pop on here, buddy, and tell us all about it. Matt's giving away an engraved. What at what level are you giving it away, Matt? I love giveaways. I love free stuff.
Mm-hmm. And Matt, if you look at the top of the comments, we got the link pin for the live.
You see, Lee was lying. He's already been 25 minutes longer than he said he was going to be.
Yep. Always. We only need 2 more. We have 98.
I want to extract, but I'm trying to figure out. I've never had to deal with as much honey as I have out there right now. So I don't know if I should just pull all the frames out and give them back empty foundation or what at this point. So, I don't know.
Matt said when he hits 10K.
10K?
He's editing video right now.
Oh, how many subs do you have now? Probably 9K. How many we at? We make it yet? We make 100 yet?
97 now.
All right, 3 more, guys. Just 3 more. I can go to my wife's account and do it. Hold
on. Matt, you at 10.1K.
I'm going to cheat for you.
Y'all want to see those buckets.
There you go.
Yeah, bring it on in, Jarrett. Let's see it real quick.
All right, I just cheated. So you got an extra one.
We had 98 again.
He's going to hit this. Come on, 2 guys, 2 people. If you haven't subscribed, go subscribe. It's beekeeping stuff. Beekeeping. 2. We'll have a 24-hour live. And 24-hour live to get William 2 more subs.
101.
101. Give it away, give it away, give it away now. Red Hot Chili Peppers. Matter of fact,
I need my hive tool now. Go ahead and send it.
let's see. What is it? Right, here we go. Demonetization at its finest coming up. You ready? I will share the screen. Share the screen. This is for William. Dry cut. Oh, make sure I'm sharing my system audio. Make sure your speakers are adjusted. Here it goes. Oh, maybe after the
Commercial.
Here we go. We can play the drums. That's right. We're gonna get it. Come on, you gotta say it. You gotta say it before I can cut it. Away, give it away now. Give it away, give it away, give it away now. All right, we can't play 4 minutes of that. You guys would all leave us. But there you go.
That was almost worth it, Bob.
Almost. Just to see me. Hey, how's it going, Jarrett?
Good, man. Good. Been sitting here spinning honey.
Still spinning?
Yeah, man. I went in there 2 days ago and I pulled 9 boxes of honey, and that was only from 9 hives. I still have 19 more to pull.
Dang.
Man.
But
crop.
I'll tell you guys, this is the most I've ever had too. I've never
Can
had.
I ask, Jared, how's the gas vape working for you?
The gas vape.
Oh, the gas vape, it works. It's perfect, man. Honestly, I like it better than any of the tools that I've used. I've only ever used the wand, and I used to use like the black flag.
How much did you pay for it over there?
It was right at $200.
Really?
Yep, that's with shipping and all.
So we should buy them all up here in the States and then ship them back to Europe.
No, but I bought mine for like £60.
Really?
Which is
See, this one came with
it
came with like
$80.
the unit, like 4 caps.
Well, you got to figure we got to play customs, right, when it comes across the duties.
I didn't realize it'd be that much, to be honest. But
Shoot, and
So I'm gonna turn my camera around to show you guys this. I've never dealt with this much honey myself, so I'm trying to do the same thing. I'm trying to pull it now so I can throw the supers back on to get it for like the sourwood and stuff that comes in June. So let me turn my camera around and see if I can do it this way. I don't know if I can. Oops, hold on. Nope, I'm just gonna do it this way. We're gonna do it this way.
Blow it up.
So this is the one I did last week with you guys, and then this
Right.
is the one I just got done doing earlier. And I do it the old-fashioned way. There's all my cappings in my tank.
Right.
So I got my tool and stuff like that in the cappings. I still had a good bit of honey that came underneath. Let me move it and show you guys. Hold on.
I've got the same tool you've got right there. Exactly the same tool.
Oops. Then see, I still got a ton of honey that went in there.
And that was how many supers did you pull?
I pulled 9. That was only that right there that you guys just saw was only. I had one hive that was honey locked with deeps, so it was only 3 deeps and 10 frames, 10 medium frames.
We can hear the excitement in your voice. It's an exciting time, isn't it? The first big honey crop. You're like, yes.
Yep.
Yeah. The problem is, I still got in my sunroom. I still got 6 boxes still sitting there.
And you want to stand up and say, I am victorious. I am the beekeeper. Yeah. And
All the hard work going into it is paying for it now.
Yeah, exactly. And see, look, I even got my little setup of my extractor here on the counter.
nice.
So
Now-
all I had to do is it was dripping down here.
Now I have how many frames did you say that one is? 3 and 6 or 4 and 8?
No, this is let's see if I can show you. It's 2, 3, or 4.
2, 3, or 4. Yeah, I've got one. Matter of fact, it's almost identical to that one. out in my kitchen, and how long is it taking you per box? If you were a betting man, you're just like, it probably takes me this long. So I know you probably
if I do 10 frames and I uncap both sides before I put it in there, then spin one, pull it out, and flip it, I'll say I probably get it going for about 20 minutes a box. That's without interruption. It's for letting it spin, because I put it at like 50 on the spinner, because when you put all four, that weight does really well. It doesn't like off shift it. So about 20 minutes a box without interruption.
20 minutes per 4 frames, like deep frames that you have to spin, like 10 minutes aside?
Oh, no. Now, if you're only talking about 4 medium frames, like I do it, like I put 4, uncap them, put 4 in and spin them. I'd say that I let it spin for about 3 minutes. And then I flip them over to another 3 minutes. So from uncapping,
and it's
the 4
getting
frames,
all the honey out.
Yep, that's all of it.
Nice. That's good.
Yeah.
I've got that
And
same.
I had to, yep,
tool.
that tool, to me, that tool is by far the best. It works really well.
I don't know. I might have something to rival this year with the steam uncapper.
What's that?
With the steam uncapper.
Oh yeah. I saw Lee doing that. I was like, man, if I had that, I need to pack up and drive down to see Lee just to uncap my frames.
It is nice. I like it.
I saw that when you literally just went over it and went doop doop, flipped it over, doop doop. I was like, what am I doing with my life right now?
Now, if I would have had the blades adjusted better on the backside, it would have probably took the whole thing off. But I had just the front blade tilted up.
Right.
I got down probably the last 2 or 3 frames in the second box and realized, hey, I got to adjust the back ones. Once I done that, everything cut good.
Oh wow.
I need to see. I've got the same one that Lee's got, so I've got to figure it all out. That'd be the first time I use it as well. So,
Well, you also
go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I'm sorry. I cut you off.
No, it's just going to be the first time I use that, and I got a new extractor and stuff that I haven't used yet either. So that's
you got the new extractor and you got the bottler too, don't you?
Yep, got the bottler with the unbottler with the pneumatic valve, so I can keep it unclosed.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm still looking at that issue, because like when I drained on.
That's the steam uncapper.
Now, my choices were kind of that uncapper or that Simple Harmony one. And when I saw that little clip lead that they have on there, it was like, yeah, I'll spend the extra money and get that one.
Yeah.
And try it. So, yeah, it's exciting times when you start to pull that honey off and, you start filling those buckets. You're like, crap, I didn't think I was going to have this much. Or, it's more than I got to go back down to Home Depot and buy some more buckets because I don't have enough.
Like I said, out of those 16 frames, I pulled a little over 53 pounds, and then the cappings were draining, and I did go ahead and drain a little bit off of that, and I was up to over 57. Cappings were still draining, and I still needed to tilt the tank over to get the last bit out of the bottom of it. So I figure it's about 60 pounds total.
Good night, Larry. Thank you.
Hi, Larry.
Yeah. So, I mean, I was very much in the same situation that you're doing. You're better than me because I didn't have that uncapping like the tub that you've got there. I was just using a tote, big black tote for uncapping, but I was only doing enough frames to go in my extractor, and then I was waiting. Then I was flipping the frames and waiting, and it just got to the point. It's like, man, I've been here 8 hours and done like 3 boxes of honey, and and I'm like, oh my god, I can't do this. Especially with the expansion, I'm like, I'm gonna have much more honey, and it's gonna be a problem if I'm sitting here for days and days and days extracting honey out. But so that's why I went ahead and stepped up. And I'll tell you right now, if you haven't looked at license equipment from Better Bee, for the price and the quality of the equipment, now some people just have the money, they can just spend and buy whatever they don't. I don't. I look for the value, the bang for the buck, whatever you want to call it, and that's what I go with. And and probably a lot more people would use it if they would just look at it. And unfortunately, there's not a lot of videos on YouTube like showing that uncapper. If Lee made a video just uncapping with that uncapper, probably a lot, and put a catchy title on it, a lot of people would check it out and probably start buying that uncapper.
Oh yeah.
That's kind of a good problem to have there, though, Sher. But as long as you can spin them out and put them back on, keep on going.
I got
Yep.
one word to say about that. Demaray that colony. And that way you're giving her a fresh box. The bees are still working the honey out, and your numbers will explode in there.
See, that's part of the reason why I had to pull so many supers myself, because I got hives out there that have, I run all single. I think I have one hive that's a double, or two hives that are double deep that I just haven't split yet.
Right.
But I got the single deeps, and then I put, I have like just a medium on top that I let them fill up, and I try to keep those just for like when it comes over winter, I want to have a little extra frames just built up for honey. But I put, 2 or 3 on top of that. Some of these hive boxes that I pulled were, 2, and I could have pulled a third one, but it still had a little bit of like drone eggs. Because see, I don't use queen excluders. I do it every now and again, but most of the time I don't, because once I put that deep and that medium, any other boxes that go on top, like above that, the queen never usually gets that high. She only usually lays in the first 2 boxes. So I end up just pulling up that honey.
Sharon says she's got no comb. Well, that's the beauty of the Demaray. You just take like the queen in one frame of brood and put her in the bottom. And then you put an empty foundation back where you took that out of and raise that to the top over a queen excluder and 2 mediums and another excluder. And then you put that one frame of brood in the bottom with all undrone foundation, and they'll work it up, and then it'll hatch out. The brood will hatch out. They'll backfill the top box. And in the meanwhile, the queen is laying in the bottom, and they're kind of in emergency mode because they feel like we need somewhere for her to be able to lay, and they draw the heck out of that bottom box.
Right.
Look at this. It's Minnesota Mike.
Hey, he was one hell of a pool player.
Well, see, only us old guys would probably even know who Minnesota Fats is.
Hey, Phil, how you doing?
Good.
Man,
Good.
Nothing like coming in at the last minute. We're going to leave at 10 o'clock. It's been 40 minutes past that already.
Oh, my goodness.
So, but
yeah,
we're
we're setting up a fishing boat to go on the St. Croix, Mississippi here for the weekend. So
nice.
Yeah.
What do you think, Mike?
He got his T-shirt.
I like that, Phil.
That's my gear.
Not sure where I got it from. Couldn't tell you.
Some drunk in Kentucky or something. I don't
Yeah.
know. Oh, bloody well, fantastic.
Do you have a beer tonight, Mike? No.
No. I've got a full night here. Otherwise, I'd be pulling out some. Actually, I really had kind of a hankering for a Bass Ale.
Oh, Bass. Oh,
Hey, I forgot.
Bass. You get
Forget
Bass
to-
over there.
We can't get it raw here though, Phil. You just get the pasteurized crap. So, I'm sorry. That's just kind of hard pressed there. And we can't get raw.
Bass was the first beer I ever drunk.
Was it?
Yeah, at probably 11, 12 years of age.
What was your first beer, Mike, that you remember?
I actually didn't have any beer until I was like my second year in college, and then it was a Miller,
The
kind of assembly plant that we're working at in the Whirlpool.
champagne of beers.
What's that?
The champagne of beers.
I
love that beer.
Actually, back then it was.
I'm a cheap beer guy.
Yeah, actually, back then it was fairly good. It was made out of corn syrup.
I drink the champagne of beers, Miller High Life, and you guys seen I've got Michelob Ultra, but I like Pabst Blue Ribbon. A lot of people don't like it. I like it.
It's a good low sugar beer, and if you want a thirst quencher, yeah,
The old
Pabst is
PBR.
Pabst is a good pilsner. Look who's coming in here.
Go ahead, Jared. I know Jared's trying to say something.
Well, I meant to say it earlier with you guys. I pulled out my refractometer, and when I was spinning that honey down, probably the best year that I've seen so far. I was sitting right under 16%
Oh,
in
that's
my
Excellent.
refractometer. Yep.
very good. I think the one reason that it's kind of laziness, right? I don't want to spin honey because I know I'm going to have to clean it afterwards. That's the problem, the cleanup.
It ain't too bad. I put a 5-gallon bucket under mine, spray it down with just a water hose, rinse everything out, and then towel dry it off. And then after I towel dry it, I turn the spinner on. It just creates that airflow in there.
Dry it
Oh,
out.
I never thought about doing that, Lee.
It just
Yep.
helped dry out any little corners that you couldn't get into. The air will dry it out
Oh,
for you.
Wow.
I will say too, I use your guys' advice to clean. I'll show you to clean my strainer. I was using hot water before, and it did horrible. But I actually used cold water, and it got it really well. It's still just water in there, but
Yeah.
it was completely covered.
Yeah, the people that brought that up last
really
night,
well.
I thank everyone for saying that, Jarrett.
That was Lee.
Same thing.
I was
Yeah.
trying to hot water at first too, trying to blow hot water backwards through it, and it just didn't want to work. I started doing cold water. It worked perfect.
So thanks,
It seems-
guys.
Yeah, it actually comes out very easy. It takes like the honey obviously comes off, but that wax just kind of balls up and just rolls right off. It doesn't like get stuck into the screen mesh.
What I'll do
great.
if you want to save that wax, my kitchen sink, I'll put the plug in, spray everything out backwards, and then it might not be cold at first, but once any of the wax that was warm that solidifies, it'll float to the top of your water.
and
And
skim
then
it
you
off.
just break it off with your hand and do whatever you want with it, and it won't go down your drain.
Yeah,
Nice.
and the Bohemian Bees, I do the same thing. Once I'm all done, I put it all. I take all my screens and whatnot. I put them out, stack all the honey supers. I think I did a short video on that. Stack them all up on the and let the bees clean them out. I open up my bee shed and let the bees clean everything out. But as far as the spin dry on the extractor, Lee, thank you. And somebody was asking, do you put grease in the bottom of it? Yeah, you do.
The bearings you talking about?
Yeah, the bearing at the bottom. I forget what that is. What is that? It's a food grade lithium.
The
I get mine from betterbee.com, but it's
Yeah,
a food grade lubricant.
Yeah, is it? I can't remember if it's food grade lithium or what is that. My plumber gives me that stuff.
Now, Mike, you guys
Yeah.
have the 20 frame license.
Yeah.
And we were talking about license a little bit. Bang for the buck. I don't think it can be beat right now. I mean, it's kind of a mid grade, right? So it's not the cheap Chinese stuff, but it's not the expensive American made stuff. But for the price and what you get, I think it's outstanding equipment.
I'm a huge fan of it because I haven't run into any that's better engineered for the price.
Right.
I just can't do it. But there was the other reason I got it, and this is the same reason I see, Lee working with his boxes, and some that have, like Charlie, have some back issues. I can pick that. And I don't have that much space, but I can pick that 20 frame up by myself and move it. The Maxent was heavier, and honestly, you didn't get the same bang for the buck for money. I wish that they would, but that way I can pick the thing up and move it. So that's why I went with the license after looking into it a lot. And the motor's a lot smoother too. It's got that modulated pulse to it.
Right. And it ramps up slowly to max speed.
Thank you. Yeah.
PWM, pulse width modulation.
Thank you, Lee. Thank you. And something. Oh, God bless you, Lee. You're the librarian here. That's fantastic.
Solar panels, and solar chargers.
There you go. And yeah, that's something else about it that you can do the 12 volts if you need to hook it up to your car, or
Right.
something like that. So you can do the 12 volts with the license. And Bohemian, yeah, your Maxent is really great, but honestly, when they started wanting to charge extra money for the interior basket to get more frames in there when they should have built them that way originally, that's kind of when I went out with. So wait, what spinner, Mike, am I looking at getting one this year? That's Matt. That's the 20 frame license. It's the one with the red legs. I think the yellow legs are the commercial grade.
I got the 30 the 30 frame license.
You got the 30
red.
frame,
Mhm.
30 frame version of mine. And how much did you pay for yours without shipping?
Well, Lee's getting ready to pull it up right now. I see him looking at the page right now.
Lee Man's on top of it there.
You got the 30 frame premium.
No, I got the regular one.
Okay.
The only difference I think in the two is the actual controller itself. The actual and maybe the paint scheme, but other than that, they look pretty much the same.
I think
One's got red legs, one's got
gauge
regular
level
silver legs, and the controllers look a little different.
we got the red leg ones.
But you're looking basically double the price. Whatever else is different in it, I have no idea.
Pop it on the screen if you got it up.
They might go with a thicker gauge for the drum itself, but it's
That's the one I
yeah,
got.
there you go. So there's your 30 frame, and that was 1900.
1975.
Okay, what are they what are they selling the 20 frame for now, Lee? If you wouldn't mind.
$17.59.
So it's
Is it really?
$200
Oh,
difference.
that's the 20 frame premium though.
No, go down one. Down right in there somewhere. Nope, that's 4 cassette.
I want to say I paid around somewhere between 9 and 13 for mine. I forget. It was last year. I apologize.
Well, if you start comparing that to some of the other ones, what's a 30 frame Datant or Maxant going for?
20 frame Datant that I have right now, I think it's $2,500 or $2,600.
So
Yeah. So Ghost, that's exactly why I ended up getting the 20 frame. Again, because I could move it and because it was cheaper. And I think last year I paid $1,200.
I did a video when I unboxed mine, and some
Yes,
of the
you did.
differences with the conical base, the way it is on the, it goes right down to the valve.
Yeah.
See, that's a 20. So
that's the one I have.
It's $1,700.
piece,
No, $700 difference. $700 difference in price.
Yeah, around about. Plus, whenever I bought it, which was a little over a year ago, at that time, it was another $214 just for the shipping. Now, no telling what the shipping is on it now with fuel prices. Yep. You
my
gotta send one of
shipping.
your arms in the mail, and then they send it to you.
All right. So in that video that I did, I got the 30 frame extractor, and I got the 1500 millimeter uncapping tank, and the steam uncapper. I want to say the shipping on those two pallets was about $500.
Sound about right.
Yeah.
So,
Okay. Shipping last year for me, and they screwed it up because they could have shipped it to a different area. Shipping was $300, something like that, for the 20. But that was just a 20 frame, nothing else with it, Bob. So,
yeah, they kind of did. The first quote they gave me was higher, and then after I bought it, it ended up being a little bit lower because they, I don't know, somehow packaged stuff together and everything.
yeah, I remember that fire drill at the shipping station too. That was interesting.
Yeah,
And then you figure after buying your extractor too, I mean, you still got to have your uncapping table to work with, and then the uncapper. So I mean, when you start adding everything up, it don't take long, and you're looking at a chunk of money.
The only thing I don't like about your uncapping table, and if you don't mind this, when you go to do it, can you does it have room to hold 10, 15 frames on it before you load them in the extractor?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean
So-
the uncapper, it does take up a lot of the room on top of the table, but you still have room to put
Okay, and-
frames in.
And for the people here that aren't running something like that, a spinner, that is really handy because your frames are never going to weigh exactly the same unless you've got a good consistent 9-frame draw. So whoever's doing the uncapping, you stack them up in your uncapping tank, and then the loader looks at them and then balances the load according to weight. And then if you got at least 10 frames there, you can do that. You can, pick up a frame and look at if you got a good loader.
Now
That's what I like about the uncapper. If you run in the 9 frame and they draw them out real fat, when you uncap it, every single one is going to be the exact
That's
same size.
really sweet. But for people that are just starting out, they're not going to get it that way.
Right.
It's going to take a year to get that drawn comb and then go to 9 frame and then get it fat.
Yep. And even then, you're going to end up with some frames you keep working in.
Yeah.
I think it was Thomas at the Free Range Art Farm. He doesn't have anything going on right now, so he's just scraping his frames off, and a bunch of other people too. So yeah, a full year to get your drawn comb rightly, and then after that, if you're adding more.
And if you have a good early flow, like down here, if you got a good privet flow real early, you can get combs drawn out and then put back in 9 frames for the tallow flow.
Well,
that's right down south.
Yeah, but this year our privet just, it bloomed out this year, but it wasn't a whole lot of nectar coming off of it.
Yeah, I agree with what Sharon says here. It works for her and didn't have to mortgage a house. Well, I didn't have to mortgage my house either, or I wouldn't have bought it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But the thing is that it's all about scale. If you've got 2 or 3 colonies, hand crank is not a bad thing. When you've got 35 colonies and you're going through stacks and stacks of supers, it's a little bit different. It's all about the size of your operation.
Honestly, Bob, I'm right there with you. I completely recommend anybody starting out in beekeeping. You got 2-3 hives. Phil's got the 1 or 2 there. Get the 2 or 3 frame extractor. Vivo, I think that's a real common name.
That's what I got, Vivo.
Yeah, that is the best way to go. And if once you figured out that you're going to expand, go from there. And Lee, you were talking about the guys taking the hand cranks off and hook them up to the drill. And I will one of these days put out a video on how to brace those legs so they're not rocking all over the place. But here's the beauty of that. You can turn around and sell those things the next year for basically what you bought them for.
Yep.
Right.
So you
or you
it's
just
all
wait.
stainless, so it's going to go up.
You just wait till Black Friday and get you one with an electric one. So that I spent $120 on a 2 frame hand crank.
Yeah.
And I got this one that's a 4 frame electric one on a Black Friday thing for like $135.
Right.
What?
That ain't bad at all. See, I started out with a little Vivo hand crank, and then that's when I realized, no, I want to go bigger as far as colony wise. And I said, if I'm going to go with more colonies, I'm going to go ahead and get the bigger extractor and be done with it.
Yeah, and to put it in time perspective here, so we had the 3 frame going on, and the first year we did with that one, we had like only 2 live hives that were running through that extractor, and I think we got 73 pounds. And then just for giggles, I did the exact same amount with the licensed electric 20. It took we were able to do it in like 1/7 or 1/8 the amount of time. So that's the time perspective. In case you guys are wondering, what's the difference time wise between a 2 or 3 frame hand and a 20 frame electric? So they just wanted to point that out to just kind of. Nobody ever talks about that. Mm-hmm. So, and I do think that I bought. Lee, I think we had the same Vivo 3 frame crank, and I think I got it from LaRobbie's down in Iowa for $165, and I ended up turning around selling the thing for $200 the next year.
I don't remember what I paid for mine. I just got it off of Amazon.
Yeah.
So I bought a 4. The one that I bought was 4 or 8 frame electric off of eBay. Right now it's $326, but that's not what I paid for it. When I bought it for $212.98.
I think it's safe to say anything that we bought last year, prices done amazing.
Oh, Jared, yeah. What did Sharon put up there? I'm 62, going on my 3rd back surgery in the next few months. 6 hives will have to do for me. I wish I had fallen. Yeah. Okay. Sorry to hear that, Sharon. Darling, that's pretty rough. Hilco extractors, Kenny puts in there.
Well,
some people say they love him and they love dealing with the guy that runs Hilco.
Yeah, that's what Cayman said.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then there was one last thing that was right above that. Somebody was asking about washboarding and what does that mean? when your bees are washboarding. Real quick answer there. We thought for a long time that they were cleaning it, and now some people think they might be doing actually marking down scent at the same time. So basically, we actually don't exactly know what they're doing when they're washboarding. So sorry.
And it could just be this time of year that they're hanging out cool and managing the
that's not
temperature
a
inside.
behavior. That's
What's
an interesting thing. It's like a combination of cleaning and possible laying down scent. So sorry about that.
No worries. Going from a 4-frame tangential to an 8-frame radial, that'll be good.
Boy, that's a
difference.
big difference.
So you're doing basically 4 times as fast, right? Because on a tangential, you have to flip the frame.
Actually, you got to figure it's going to be like 8 times as fast because you're doubling the amount of frames that you have in there. Plus, you don't have to flip them around.
Yeah,
Right.
There's the math for you.
So it'd really be like a power of 4.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw a video today on a radial extractor, and I was like, man, this beats. That one would beat sitting there having to like stop and flip the frames over and go back.
Oh, it's glorious. It really is.
And I can't wait to use mine, but we'll see. I just got to get out there and start pulling honey, I guess.
I guess, like I said, I'm in a new field, new amount of honey that I was getting this year. So I actually ran out of buckets. The store I would have kept going today, but I ran out of buckets. So I was like, well, got to get some more buckets to do the other boxes.
I had planned on that last year. I bought 1 box of them probably late fall, bought another one in the winter, and then I bought another box of buckets in the spring just to break it up here and there. Because like I said, the buckets I buy, 6 buckets and 6 lids is I think it was $85.
And give people the name of that company again.
Wow.
Baytech Containers.
Yep.
They're out of Texas, down by Galveston Bay.
There you go. Yeah.
All right.
I found some buckets. My brother works at a cakery shop, so they get 5-gallon buckets that has fondant in it.
Oh,
so
do it all over that.
Yep.
Absolutely. Say, speaking of buckets and extractors too, when you guys were talking at Lee or Bob, you were talking about the in Europe the extractors, the buckets aren't the same size.
Right. I was talking about that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So my answer to that one is that I actually take 4x4s and screw them down to my wood floor, and then I screw the extractor onto that, and I get an additional 3.5 inches of height. Then I can put the screen underneath there.
Okay.
And my bucket rant as usual. If you buy your buckets, take the lids off and let them sit in the air out for like a couple months ahead of time, because no matter what you do, there's a little bit of off-gassing.
Yep.
I'm going to just put my extractor back on the pallet it came on, set it up on top of it, and try that out this year and see how it goes.
Do it.
We get the honey bottles from Gamber Container.
Yep.
The same place Charlie was talking about, where you get 321 1-pound bottles for $97.
And Lee, you get your labels from who again?
Better be.
Better be. That's who it is. You get those beautiful. Those are the clear ones. I love those things.
Yeah. I designed them on Photoshop, then I just have Better Be print them for me.
What's your lid? Does it have a seal underneath your lid?
Yeah. 38 millimeter lid with the seal under it, and then I add the secondary seal with the instructions for like decrystallize and don't give the kids under 1 year old.
Yep, gotcha. Yeah, I'm still going to send you that email. By the way, I probably need to do the same thing with you, Bob. I want to get a wall, a honey wall that has like all these people's. I don't touch the jars. I got like the honey stead and stuff like that.
I got the honey stead in my kitchen window.
Yep.
Just an update. William now has 106 subs. So good job, guys. Thanks everybody that went over there and subbed. So, and we encourage you to subscribe to everybody's channel when they come on.
Yeah.
If you can.
Phil, is it raining there?
Today, no. Surprisingly.
It's just snowing.
No. That was we had a balmy 55 degrees today.
Gotta love those Irish wool sweaters, man, in that weather.
Yeah,
Hey,
that
Cajun,
was I
They-
was out sunbathing all day.
Yeah.
do you have 2-pound bottles from Gamber? You didn't buy 2 pounds from them,
No,
but they
2
do have them with the same. They use the same lid as well.
Cajun, I'm about to drop the link for the 1 pound in here for Gamber containers.
I've noticed too, there's so many people that they only want to buy, like, because I have it in 2 different sizes. I usually do 8 ounces and I do 16 ounces because you have some people that they don't want to pay the price of the 16 ounce, so they just want to buy the 8 ounce. And I've come to realize that more and more, like even some bigger jars, I guess you would say, like quart jars and stuff, people, I guess they don't look at the price wise of it when you see the bottle. So once that you get like the 1 pound bottles, for some reason, man, like down here where I'm at in Virginia, they go crazy for just that 1 pound bottle. Anything under they won't, anything above they won't.
Yeah.
Jared, thanks for
Everything
bringing
I
that up.
sell here is 1 pound.
And
Yeah, that's 90% of my my sales is the 8 ounce and 16 ounce.
well, the
90%.
thing is, I sell mainly 16 ounces, but I do some pints, which is 1.5 pounds, or I do 1 pound and a 1.5 pound mainly. But when you start selling the smaller ones, the price of the container doesn't change that much, so your profitability actually goes down.
When I buy all my was buying all my containers, my glass ones, I still buy from Better Be. The 8 ounce jars cost more than the 16 ounce jars.
Okay.
So
Really?
that's why I just quit doing
I got-
the 8 ounce.
Amazon.
I got mine from a different place. I got the food grade plastic, but I got, we bought them like 2 years ago. We bought a whole lot and it was like, I can't even remember now. I have to find the paperwork on it, but it was pretty cheap. I think it was from like BA Plastics or something. Something like that, or I got to find it and I'll find it for you guys. There's a really good deal on 8 ounce and 16 ounce jars with like 600 lids. with
I
the
was
seals
buying
on.
I was buying 1 pound glass jars off of Amazon, but they would only let you buy 3 cases at a time. So that's like not even a 5-gallon pail. And then you'd have to wait for that to ship and be delivered before you could order another three.
I like the bottles that I got because they have the let's see if I can get it to show up. They weren't just like the regular seal one. They actually got like honeycomb on the side, and they got
Yeah,
honeycomb right around the lid.
I bought
So
some plastic ones like that off of Amazon. I like those too. They were good looking bottles.
yeah. Speaking of that, now I want to see if I can find mine.
Hey
Let's
guys,
see.
we're gonna have to be calling it because Lee's got to work in the morning.
No, that's the Honeysteads.
So
Same one I
before
got,
we,
that's the 8 ounce.
yeah, that's the classic Skep design, and there was a demographic study, and as far as how much people are willing to pay per shape of jar, and there was the highest priced one was like a 5-sided glass jar, and then the standard one was the Skep design.
Right,
So-
that's what I use the Skep design.
Yeah,
Yeah.
thank you.
I have-
Oh, Phil, what do you
That's
got?
Guinness, you
Look
know
at
that's
that.
Guinness.
That's the wrong glass, but
Is it?
Before we go,
Certified
guys.
thanks from North Carolina.
Oh,
okay.
It's
Can
like
I
if
just
you look
raise a
at these
glass
two-
to, or
yeah.
can I just say the Queen?
Yeah.
It's hard to
70
tell
years
on
on
the
the
camera.
throne this week.
But this one looks a lot thinner than this. But they're both 1 pound.
But they're both 1 pound. Yeah. No. That's and I got to find that demographic study and put it up so all of your viewers can see it. And,
I will
Phil,
tell you guys. Oh,
that's
go
got
ahead.
one hell of a head on it there, Junior. I like that foam. So Lee, what time you got to get up tomorrow?
4 o'clock. 4 a.m. Central.
6
Yeah.
hours from now.
Yeah, I think we're starting to run the mill at about 5 tomorrow. So the beauty of this time of year up here is that first light's at 4:30, and this is about my favorite time of year. It's nice
Mike,
and
are
long.
you a sawmiller?
No, I help out. We have a wood mill on the side of our lake here. And one of the retired guys from church, he's still running it. So I go over there every day and give him a hand. So we're building about 50 hives there right now just because we're in between running logs and whatnot. So it's just fun. Just good stuff.
I work at a sawmill.
Really?
Yeah.
I really want to hear about that sometime. That's
We will.
Tim, just watch your hands when you're working.
Oh yeah, safety first or stupid will get you, right? Exactly. Yeah.
I can't say that was not in the sawmill. That was at home.
Well, you had a bone infection in one of the fingers, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking at it. Yeah.
But
no, that'll get you
I'm a PLC programmer in a sawmill.
A what? A PC? What is that?
PLC.
I'm
He programs the CNC machine.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. That's great. And if you guys wouldn't mind a personal question here to the audience, Matt and Sarah, they had a hive that swarmed twice on it. Matt, did you go into that hive and find out if it was pollen bound? I'd really like to know the answer to that one. He had a queenless hive and they swarmed, and I figured this time of year in Minnesota, the workers, if it's queen, there's no larva to feed, they just pack that thing full of pollen and they will swarm on you. So
Run out of room.
Just an outside question there. I don't know if he's going to be around or whatever. Yeah, it was and was not. Yeah, okay, I understand that, Matt. I know what you're getting at. So just wanted to pop in at the last minute. Sorry to dominate the conversation like the Norwegian always does. So,
No worries, man. We appreciate you for sure.
I love you guys. I love the audience.
And
So
we still got 33 diehard. We got to come up with a moniker.
yeah, it's the Lee and Bob B show.
Yeah, but as far
Or
as
is it the Bob and Lee B
B
show?
show,
Bobbing along with Lee. I don't know.
Phil been asking that which way is it
Yeah. Before you guys
have
go
not
famous,
figured that
we need
one
to
out.
know which is.
Yeah. Yeah, and if you really think about it, they're from the South, and you remember
good night, Hale.
our war here, that's the Robert E. Lee,
Right.
the Robert Lee B show. Yeah.
The Robert Lee B show.
The Confederate Beekeepers Alliance.
We'd probably lose subs. We'd probably get banned. I'm probably already demonetized
Yeah.
from playing
Well, I've
music and everything.
No, I
Chili
get that.
peppers.
After I had to change the name of my channel. Yeah, I'm sorry I got raccoons, kids.
But
That's just.
Jared, you were going to
like-
say something a second ago. Do you remember what you were going to say? No.
No, I will just chime in yesterday when we had Randy on there. I found it out the hard way too, like when he said when you do a cutout to like lock up your bees for 48 hours, because I did a cutout and man, no sooner as soon as I got him home,
Took off.
I think it was like I did it in the morning and I got back around like 6 o'clock. I had just moved the hive out and I undid like the excuse me, I used like landscape fabric to cover the entrance while I'm transporting them. And as soon as I got them home and set them down, not even 30 minutes after that, they just took off.
There you go.
Okay, that makes sense.
We're all
Wannabes.
wannabes. That's it. That's
Wannabe.
it. Well,
God, I love this.
yeah, we're just a bunch of no life beekeepers having fun. That's good stuff.
Amen.
No, we definitely got life beekeepers. We just do all our work during the day. So when we get nighttime, we need to talk to people because we're by ourselves.
Right. That's true. That is true.
That's a
Everybody around here in the household tells me, shut up talking about bees. So I come in here
Yep.
and talk about them.
Good night, Jason. All right, guys.
Good night.
Well, we're gonna call it at 11 p.m. Eastern time,
Amen.
and we appreciate you guys for stopping in.
Definitely.
No, thanks for having us.
Oh yeah, anytime, and we'll be watching out because knowing us, we probably got 2-3 more lives in us this week.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Well,
No,
God
knowing
bless
Bob,
you.
it might be another live tonight.
I might. I'm getting ready to take this new FLIR I got. Well, this knockoff FLIR from Tractor Supply, or not Tractor Supply, Harbor Freight out to see.
Oh, which one is that?
I got the Ames Professional.
Yeah, it was like $199.
Yeah, 199 one.
What's the
Oh yeah.
resolution on that, Lee?
Oh, you got the FLIR at the bottom. See, yeah, you have to let me know how that goes because I'm actually looking to try to get one. I was going to get the one that Lee just showed, but I was like, oh,
I'll tell you right now, just looking at Lee's footage compared to my footage, his is better looking.
Yeah, FLIR. Yeah,
His costs more. So
right.
what
I
am
just
I
need
using it for? Pointing it at a beehive and
Yeah,
pointing it
I
at a
just
wall.
I was
So.
looking at it for when I was looking at it for when I do cutouts, and you just need to see where the hive is at the wall. That's all I need to see. Temperature.
I can see the actual studs in the wall. You can see like the heat signature from the studs. So
Really?
you know where to cut.
Yeah,
With the FLIR.
his definitely
Accor-
seems to be more sensitive.
According to online, the resolution on the FLIR 1 Pro is 19,200 pixels.
Oh, it is.
Well, how do I even
Oh,
know?
wow.
Now I got to go to Harbor Freight, and it probably don't even tell me because
Lee, how much was that one?
I don't quote me, but I think I paid $399.
Yeah, roughly. Yeah,
Yeah.
Wow.
yeah. We use those.
I
In
was
the
well,
winter.
you got the upgraded one with the stud in it because they have one that's like $200 without the stud, correct?
Yeah, well, they got the regular FLIR 1, and then they have the FLIR 1 Pro.
Okay. Okay.
Well, what is your resolution?
It's saying it's 19,200 pixels. Now, what the actual screen is, I don't know because it plugs into the phone.
See, this doesn't say. This says the display resolution, which that's only because the screen's small. So I don't know. It doesn't say what the pixels are.
Yeah,
On this
well, it
thing.
gives you some general thing there. I say, as long as we're signing off here, I get a little concerned about our Irish friend there. Phil, I've been watching you hold that beer now for the last 10 minutes. You haven't taken a drink out of it.
I
So,
know. I'm still waiting.
He's nursing it.
okay.
I'm waiting to toast Her Majesty the Queen. 70 years
Oh,
on the
yeah.
throne. Never
Corgis and all.
will never
We-
be seen again.
We've got to toast Lee. We got to toast Earl for his birthday today. 49 years old today. Happy birthday, Hillbilly Earl.
Oh,
Happy
it
birthday, Earl.
Happy birthday.
Queen.
Earl.
Well, now we
Earl
just need
and
now we
God
just need a banjo. We just need a banjo in here so we can all sing him happy birthday.
I know, right? and next Tuesday when we do our final giveaway is actually my birthday. So
Look at that.
I will probably miss that. Just
I know that's the kind of guy you are. Figuring it. Well, that's what
Okay.
I did to you guys last night. Dirt Rooster called me on the phone. I muted you guys and went and answered the phone.
Nah, actually, you just jumped on the phone. And we had to mute you.
You muted me.
You guys are wonderful. Okay, I'm out of here.
All right.
Lee, have a good night's
All right.
sleep. Bob,
too,
you're
Mike.
great.
Have a good
Phil,
one.
Nice
Thank
to see you again. And Jarrett, wonderful to have you on.
So
Yeah, it's
maybe
good to see you, Mike.
maybe I do a live from my cell phone while I'm out playing with the FLIR. We'll see.
Go
Mike,
to
we'll
it.
we'll
Okay.
talk sawmills again sometime.
Actually, I'd really like that. We're using a wood miser for ours, but God bless and take care.
All right. We'll see you
Take
guys
care.
later. Thank you. Good night. All right. I'm hitting.